All right, it looks like it's that time. Guys, welcome to the show. This is Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey. He's Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Jack, how the hell you doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm all right. How about yourself?
Yeah, I had a pretty decent day, actually. Lady Monkey woke up yesterday and said, Happy Father's Day. And I went, really? I didn't even fucking know it was Father's Day.
I really didn't either.
You're not having a dad. It's not something I, keep up with anymore. That's my children's job to keep up with that shit now.
Yeah, and to bring you presents.
But then Lady Monkey wanted to go clean up my dad's grave. And actually, it's not just dad's grave. It's mom and my brother and my grandparents. And so we went and did that, which was fun.
Don't they pay people to do that?
They do, but she had gotten new flowers she wanted to put out there to make it look nice and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because she's like that. By the way, Phoebe's not on the screen right now because I realized we haven't given the ducks their due in a long, long time. So our background screen is just going to be the ducks in the background there.
Oh.
Normally, all you can see is the water moving, but there's actual ducks there.
Oh, ducky boos.
But anyway, we came home, took care of the garden, which this is the most I've been outside in 3 weeks. So it was nice. Although there's 2 little fucking deer were hanging around my garden. And I went out to where I have my sunflowers growing, and I realized something ate the tops off my sunflowers, and I'm so pissy now. I had 4 sunflower plants. 2 of them got eaten before they could get a topper on them, and then 2 of them have now been eaten. They still have leaves on them. They look like I'm growing a stick.
That's my stick plant.
That's my stick. That's my sun stick.
Just tell people it's bamboo.
There's too much wildlife around here. I'm still going to keep gardening because I like doing it. I was telling my wife, because a lot of people get into like backyard gardening and stuff for saving money on food and all that. And that's a nice side effect, but I just like doing it. I really do enjoy getting outside and watching shit grow and feeding the wildlife the hard way, I guess.
You should probably put up a fence of some kind.
There is a fence, but where the sunflowers, I had this idea just to line my hill with them, and then it would look really pretty.
You mean make a buffet?
They're not inside the fence, so they're open season.
Yeah. Well, it was nice of you to open that American buffet.
Remember when I told you I got the second mole? The trap had killed a second mole.
Yeah.
Well, it was right after that I got really, really sick. So he's just been dead underground ever since, and I finally took care of him today. But he was stuck to the trap, so I had to push the trap open, and Lady Monkey had to jab him with something to get him to release from it.
Wow.
Oh, it was awesome. Alan, thank you so much. He says, Happy Father's Day. Thank you, sir. I don't know if you're a father or not, but to all the fathers out there, Happy Father's Day. Hope you had a great Father's Day.
Absolutely.
It's time to get into the news, or at least what qualifies as news around here. We've got to talk about Kamala. I am so happy, so very happy that she has decided that she has a chance to run, because really?
I mean, why not, right?
We all remember her first 2 runs, right? She dropped out of the primary before a single vote is cast in 2020. And then in 2024, when she's installed as the heir apparent, she crashed and burned repeatedly. I actually saw somebody today, like, they were like, oh, it was Republicans who made it about trans stuff. And this was in response to somebody pointing out that Kamala supported giving trans surgeries to illegal alien criminals. Not just the normal, you're in the country illegal criminally, but like in prison criminals. And then do you remember when she was asked about that? And her answer was,
We all thought the bus they go round and round. Yay!
But this person was like, Republicans are the ones who made it about trans. It's because Democrats knew their fucking position was horrible and refused to talk about it. Or, yeah, did I say Democrats? Democrats refused to talk about, like so many things with their positions, they refuse to just stand by what they believe. They lie to you about it constantly. We're not commies. Sure. You just want to take people's shit.
Never trust a politician. Real
Zan-
quick, though. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you first.
Thank you, Alan, for the tip. Appreciate it. Hello, my friend. Hi, Alan. I hope you are having a fantastic day.
Zan, thank you, says, happy 2 a.m. tornado warning, Okies. Stay safe, y'all. Yeah, if you guys have got to, man, tornadoes have been bad this year.
Those are inconsiderate tornadoes. 2 a.m.
No shit.
Like, fine, I'm just going to Oz. I'm not getting out of bed.
Here's the thing. Our tornado alarm gets tested once a month in the city. And if it's a Saturday and I happen to be outside and they test it, I'm like, oh, that's a tornado alarm. If I was asleep, there's no way that thing would wake me up.
Yeah, I wake up for the weirdest stuff, but otherwise, I'm not getting out of bed either way. Like, yeah, if it's my time, it's my time.
All right, first up on our Kamala block tonight, because we actually have 2 Kamala clips to watch. The second one is from her appearance on Don Lemon, and I don't know how much of that I want to actually cover, but I do have to show the first part of it. But here she's being asked about how she's thinking about running for president again.
Now, before you unpause it, take a look at this scene and tell me that doesn't look like a dad trying to get his kid to stop doing something.
It does look like a weird episode of Dr. Phil.
Yeah, like there's a certain amount of admonishment going on. Like, I understand what you're saying, but you need to stop.
See, Arnold over here on the far right, he's the dad. Kamala's the drunken whore who won't stop banging weirdos. And this is Dr. Phil. Like, I can't do Dr. Phil's voice. I wish I could. You got to understand how that's affecting your family here.
They love you. He sounded very Bill Clinton right there, dude. That was really
Bill Clinton's like the only real voice I can do. I used to be able to do Perot, but
I love that guy. I miss him.
I also do a pretty solid Bernie Sanders, but otherwise,
That's true.
Everybody comes out as Bill Clinton, though. Anyway,
ew.
Spinach dip.
You've talked about that you're thinking about running for president, right? How is that thought process going? What's the process in that? And I know you're on a listening tour, and I'm curious what you're hearing from people as you've gone around the country, what people are telling you that maybe you've learned that you didn't know before the process of doing so.
This is a stupid question just from the jump. The first part of the question is the one that I'd really like the answer to. Like, what is your thought process here? Because you got your ass whipped twice already. What? And then he changed it. You're on this listening tour. What are you hearing from the people that you didn't know? She's already run for president. She should be kind of up on the issues already. I mean, that was only that wasn't even a full 2 years ago. But she needs this listening tour so she can come try to find out what you guys want and make herself new again in that image. Good luck, drunkie.
I will be reborn in tequila.
What they're not telling you is that bottle right there is moonshine.
What people are telling me includes.
All right, we're going to pause right there just to. Does she not already sound drunk?
Yeah, she sounds confused, like Joe Biden, or very much like somebody that just woke up from a blackout and they're trying to explain why they're wearing like a purple mini skirt that they don't own and like a lampshade on their head.
Why are you naked in this stranger's house?
Yeah, like and it's not like she was banging somebody. She just showed up naked in their like kid's guest room or something on the second bunk, and They're like Kesha in that music video. You know, like, what? Who are you and how'd you get in here?
Yeah,
Well, you see in the Venn diagrams of electric buses.
this should be the easiest question in the world. You're out on tour talking to people. What are they saying to you?
Things.
It's
some stuff.
One guy was named Tony. I remember that. She's too drunk to know what these people have been saying to her. Why are you asking her these mean questions?
Thank you, certified black man. I'm sorry, but as a certified black man, I'm having trouble paying attention to the interview with the guy off to the side playing trumpet. Yeah, that is true. You need a trumpet player off to the side instead of Arnold for this one.
I do love that Arnold's just sitting there. He looks like he's melted.
He's probably like spacing out. Like, I'm getting paid to be here either way.
Phoning it in just like it's a new Terminator movie.
That they want to believe in systems, and they've lost trust in those systems.
You should have trusted systems.
No.
That's some commie bullshit. If you trust the system, you're going to die. Look at North Korea. The people that followed the rules all starved to death because of the famine.
I now want to be a fly on the wall on one of her listening tours, because I highly doubt anybody came up to her and was like, Kamala, I really love believing in systems, and I just can't right now. I like systems. Systems are how I do my whole life, and I can't trust them anymore.
How can you not trust the system, monkey? The system never fails. We've always been at war with Oceania.
Oh, fuck.
What I hear a lot is that people know that at the end of...
Does anybody remember, is it up and to the right or up and to the left where you're making shit up? I always forget which it is.
I think it's down and to the right or up and to the right. It's one of the two. It's off to the right.
I know it's up because the theory is that you're looking into that hemisphere of your brain. I just don't remember which one it is.
I looked into the hemisphere of my brain once. Didn't care for what I saw.
The down one, isn't that lying? Like knowingly, this is trying to figure out something.
This administration, there will be a lot of debris. I tell them often, I can't guarantee that it won't get worse before it gets better. But the one thing I do know is at the end of it, there will be a lot of debris.
After this election, there's going to be some debris because we're going to set shit on fire again.
Did she just learn the word debris?
I think so. It was on her word of the day toilet paper.
Ugh.
I just want to point out, it's not a big group of people, but there are actually people at the reflecting pool on the algae side right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Did you see the video I sent you?
You did. And I'd seen another one before that with two idiots in T-shirts on Team Algae.
Yeah. The one with the person in costume running around, though, that was my favorite.
Yeah. Look, these are probably bored people. Like, hey, look how funny I'm being. But we're literally at the point where there are people who are protesting for algae in the reflecting pond.
Yeah. First of all, you're gross, and second of all, stop it. Just grow up. You have too much time on your hands. Get a hobby. Take up crochet. They arrested an Olympian for trying to cut the lining.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What? I understand you're a has-been now or whatever, but dude, seriously, go get on a Wheaties box or something.
Anything to get attention? Yeah, that's the name of the game these days.
It really is.
And it would be irresponsible to then address that in a way that we only talk about what should we do, what do we need to do to rebuild, if we do that with any sense of nostalgia.
What? That was word salad. None of that meant anything.
It would be irresponsible to rebuild with any sense of nostalgia. People want to believe in systems, so what we should do is scrap everything and just make new shit.
Yeah, tear down the old, throw it away, and build something new, like communism. Notice how she's framed, by the way? There's this, like, angelic light around her.
Yeah. Right
That is
behind her.
not an accident.
This is just a reframing of her unburdened by what has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's some other dumb intern came up with reframing it this way.
Yeah, you talk about debris and not being nostalgic.
The debris of the past, man.
Do you think she went, hey, we shouldn't worry about nostalgia because she's still friends with Joe and he has no memory of anything?
That is possible. She's probably trying to convince him that she's his daughter, and she like gets in the shower with him and shit.
Would be irresponsible. The status quo is not working for a lot of people. And what the people are telling us is that they want things to be better. And in some places, what that sounds like is we want that to be broken. But they don't.
What? People are saying things aren't working and what they want us to break stuff.
Like in a riot, or
the fuck is this bitch talking about?
I don't think she knows. She just says stuff, and
I said this over on Twitter right before the show, and I mean this sincerely. I need the Democratic primary in 2028 to come down to Kamala versus AOC. I cannot tell you how happy I would be watching those two debate each other.
That might be the greatest 2 hours we ever did.
I might actually die of laughter.
I know, right? Oh man. I'd have to you'd have to have like a cleanse or a fast. It'd be like an exorcism where you have to purify your body so you can survive the strain it's going to be from laughing so hard.
And before anybody gets this twisted, I don't want either one to be president, but them running against each other would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Actually necessarily mean break it through destruction. But they.
How else do you break things? You break it with love.
You break it through. That's a good question. Because in order to break anything, you have to destroy it.
Yeah, it's an implied destruction of some kind.
Yeah, that doesn't mean break it through destruction. Because I'm so drunk right now.
Yeah, I think she meant through violence, but I mean,
she's a retard.
She is a retard, and a not sober retard.
Erosion. I mean that's still of destruction. Erosion is a destruction.
They do mean it has to be better.
You've talked.
They don't mean break it through destruction. They mean it has to be better.
You have to tear down the past.
Be unburdened by what nostalgic has been.
Yeah, none of your nostalgics. You kids and your nostalgics.
She's a fucking moron, bro. She was a heartbeat from the presidency.
That should terrify all of us, honestly.
All right, next up, we got her on the Don Lemon show. I got to back this up because that's the thumbnail I grabbed.
Oh, I regret to inform all of you that her book tour is over, so you missed her. Sorry.
Yeah, she's now, this is her testing the waters for 2028. And there's enough dumb people out there like our friend Don Lemon here. Whoops, why did that switch to that? There we go. Who are going to convince her to do it, and God bless him for doing so. Thank you, Don. This is one of the few times I'll ever say this to you. Thank you. Thank you for making this idiot think she actually has a chance to be president. I do wonder, though, about the kind of people who would donate to her campaign. How many times do you have to be burned by this idiot before you're like, you know what? I'm going to spend my money on something else.
They're fighting fascism, monkey.
Yeah, but there's other candidates. I mean, at
Nope.
this point, if you're going to throw your money at a candidate for 2028 as a Democrat, you got to be looking at like Gavin. You got to be looking at somebody else other than this two-time loser.
It's her turn, monkey.
It's her turn.
I was talking to a lefty buddy of mine. I've known him for like 30 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's always been a lefty, and he's slowly drifting toward commie lefty. And he is excited that her and Gavin Newsom could be the ticket.
There's no way Gavin and her are on the same ticket.
I agree with you, but I was not about to dissuade the comedy value of what he described. He's also rooting for Plattner, and I'm like, you're going to vote for a Nazi.
Jesus Christ. So he is retarded. I mean, he's a lefty. It's implied.
Yeah, there's some inherent brain damage, I think. But like, I love the guy, but he's got really poor choices in life. Much like Don Lemon, except Don Lemon's a major retard.
All right, so Don is interviewing Kamala here. Did you like the alcoholic on the thumbnail?
Yeah.
I didn't make her name work easily with alcoholic. That's just fate.
Sometimes inspiration just hits, you know?
Indeed.
Ask you about, I don't know if you saw the governor of California.
For the record, this is the first question, and this is the reason I wanted to watch it. The question itself is not nearly as important as her response.
About politics. I want to ask you about, I don't know if you saw the governor of California yesterday announcing that he believes that, well, not he believes that the Trump administration is investigating him and his wife. What do you think of that? And how did we get to this moment where a president is using the Justice Department as his own personal law firm?
Before we get to that, yeah, right? Does that not take some balls?
Wow.
I mean, you had people from 2020 on running for different offices like, we're going to get Trump. You had the Democrats literally saying that they wanted him to get indicted so that he couldn't run for president anymore.
Yeah, and Obama spied on him in the first election.
Yeah. The DOJ literally lied to the FISA court so that they could spy on Trump. And the guy who did it, he got just a slap on the hand, of course.
Well, he was a naughty boy.
Now, what do you think of an administration doing what you guys did?
Now, what do you think about the opposition doing what you did? Stealing your tactics.
Yeah, and this is the problem, is that this is a Democratic tactic. Excuse me. I tell you guys all the time, the projection from their side is amazing. Anything that they are accusing somebody else of doing, they've either done or are in the process of doing. It is, you can follow it like a fucking line. If they come out and be like, they're embezzling, you can bet your ass that those are the people who are embezzling. Because in their mind, there can't be any real reason to look into Gavin Newsom, who somehow is living way more large than he's got the funds for. There's no reason to look into the fact that his wife got paid by an entity that didn't even exist for another month. No reason to look at that whatsoever.
No, how could you think that, monkey?
You had Barack Obama using every aspect of the government against his political enemies. But hey, what do you think? What do you think about Trump doing that? Now, watch her reply. I fucking love this.
We had an election in 2024, and he pretty much told us he was going to do it, and that's what he.
We had an election in 2024. She even sounds drunk. She can't even enunciate.
She sounds hungover.
We had an election in 2024, and he told us he was going to do it.
Give me some Sprite and aspirin, damn it.
I need a little hair of the dog.
Right?
This is the whole reason I wanted to watch it. I don't know fuck all of what else is said. I did listen to a little bit of the rest of this answer.
Wouldn't that be a little Harris of the dog?
A little Harris of the dog. Oh, that would have been a great a great thumbnail too. But yeah, the just the sound of her voice. Listen to this shit. We just listened to her up on that stage.
We had an election in 2024, and he pretty much told us he was going to do it, and that's what he's doing.
If this was Biden, I'd think he was having a senior moment. But, you know, drunkie.
And
actually, that's not what he said. He said that he was going to go after people who had broke the law. So what you just admitted is you think Gavin broke the law. Trump didn't come out and say that. That was a liberal talking point. Trump said he's going to get his enemies. No, that's not what he said. He said he was going to go after people who had done bad shit.
They just happened to be his enemies.
Yeah. So you saying he said he was going to do this, you've just accidentally, I know you don't understand it because you're really drunk right now, but you've just accidentally said Gavin Newsom is guilty. Whoopsie.
Oopsie.
This is one of those things that it just becomes popular belief. Trump said he's going after his enemies. Is that what he said? Or is that what the media and liberals told us he said? And if you look at the actual quotes, not actually his words. This happens a lot with Trump where he'll say something like this, like we're going to go after the people who misused government. And like, oh, he said he's going after his enemies. That's you admitting that you misused government, bitch. Just saying. This is the funniest thing Don's ever heard. Look at that, man.
Well, he's pretty dumb, so.
This is the Kamala Harris I love.
Why does he look more and more like RuPaul every day?
That is a question I've been asking myself for like 2 months now. And I feel bad for RuPaul, honestly, because if Don Lemon is looking like you're going to get mistaken for Don Lemon.
And I also don't understand, Don, you clearly still have your full head of hair. Why are you bald, man?
His hairline does look a little bit busted up.
It's not, it's right there.
I think that's a marker, dude. He has a makeup artist draw a little hairline on his head.
The gaze taking over. That would explain it.
No, I think he's just trying to insult RuPaul somehow.
Fair.
You told us. I've said that to you before, Madam Vice President.
I'm not gonna speak those words, but we all.
All right. I don't know how much you guys have spent around drunk people, but like her over exaggeration of certain words for no reason.
Yeah, bitch. And the weird pauses in other locations.
I don't know what time this was done. Maybe it was done at 10 o'clock at night, so it made sense for her to be a little tipsy already.
Or at 8 a.m. where she's really hungover.
I'm telling you, this ain't hungover. This is drunk.
Well, you know how you cure a hangover, monkey?
Yeah.
You start drinking.
You're born Irish and you just don't get them.
Yeah, she's got the Irish eyes.
3-drink lunch, yeah, at least. And she's on second lunch like a hobbit.
Second drinking.
So many of us predicted it, and he told us. And it is clear every day that he meant what he said.
I saw an interesting report today that overdose deaths in Oregon are down for the second year in a row. In 2013 or 2023, the deaths were 1,800. In 2024, it was 1,500. And then in 2025, only 1,000 overdose deaths. And the governor of Oregon is trying to take credit for it. It actually, if you look at what happened, a large part of it is that they had decriminalized possession of hard drugs. And then they let that lapse in September of 2024. And oddly enough, less people died when they recriminalized drugs. But you know what else is? Thank you, Faithless. That's the other part. none of the articles I saw about this mentioned that the border has been shut down, that the border crossings have gone way fucking down, and that fentanyl coming over the border is drastically reduced.
That they've been blowing up boats bringing up in the
Yep.
fentanyl, and we overthrew the reigning overlords of Venezuela.
Like Trump did what he told us he was going to do. Yep, he did.
That monster.
But I love how they'll do this with him. Like, he told us he was going to do this on this thing that he absolutely didn't say, but they'll never give him credit for shit that he said he was going to do that he's done.
Right?
He said he was going to close the border. That lying bastard. You can't even do it. It's impossible. Why is he closing the border? We said that couldn't be done. Anyway, sorry. That was just an aside that I remembered, because they never give him credit for what he does. Can't, because he's
they
Trump.
want to?
Even if it's shit that they want to happen. Because again, like tariffs, that is a lefty thing. But none, they can't. How dare you? Net, thank you for becoming a member for month number 32.
Woo!
Hi, monk, from me and my better half. Well, tell your better half I said hi.
Yeah.
And thank you for becoming a member. Here we go.
Whether it is the governor of California, whether it is Tish James, whether it is,
Journalists.
Right.
Way to make it about yourself, Don. Thanks.
Which journalists has the DOJ gone after?
Worst journalist of the year, Don Lemon.
Oh, that's right. When he committed that crime on camera?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those fucking bastards seeing crime and trying to stop it.
Yeah, monsters. What are they thinking?
Why are they being so nostalgic?
We should put a Venn diagram up about how mean that was.
All right, that's about all of this I can take. But her slurring at the beginning of Kamala, please run for president again. I think it's funny when liberals waste their money, and this would make me just so happy. So happy.
Yeah, like, well, we'll probably pick up some more audience members.
There is more. There's a clip of this that actually brought me to go watch that, where she gives another one of those. Here's answer. Kind of answers.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can find that real. I didn't pull it up because I was not planning on watching more than 2 little videos of her. But oh yeah, it's right here. Here we go. Hang on. Let's bring this one on the screen. Because this fucking bitch, man, she's not smart and she's an alcoholic. Here we go.
I really truly believe this. We each have light inside of us. And we need to know that that is what inspires our hope as much as anything external to ourselves. And when we feel that and not allow an election or an individual to dampen that light, and instead let that light kind of carry us, in particular through moments of darkness, that we not only act on that hope, but we inspire that hope in each other.
What?
You're supposed to let your light shine
Let
so that
light
others
shine.
know that Jesus loves us or something.
You need to have this light with no external factors so that we can have light shining on all of us to increase each other's light without. Did I mention light yet?
And in particular at this moment, it is so important that we not only have hope, but that we understand that that should be a verb.
That should be a verb.
That should be a verb. I think you're drunk, lady.
I think you're drunk.
She is literally one of those people who they they have an idea that they want to express, but they don't have the words for it. And so they just keep talking.
Well, eventually
And
the word will come to him, right?
hope is a noun. Hope can be a noun, I guess.
It could be a name.
It can be a name, yeah.
I mean, Bo and Hope were a critical part of Days of Our Lives.
They were, indeed. If you have hope, it's a noun. True, yeah.
If you have it locked in a box, it's Pandora's box, and you should not open that.
That is also true. I want to talk about this one because it's amazing to me that the left, they hate themselves. They really do.
Well, they're bad people, so of course they are.
Because the left has been talking for years and years about how bad private schooling and homeschooling is, and how the money the government takes from you to educate your children shouldn't go to you if you don't let the government do it themselves. And so private schooling, homeschooling, all this stuff is bad. But Anna, now that she's a parent, is having second thoughts. But for the dumbest of reasons.
For the first time ever, I'm understanding the homeschooling movement, because what did we learn about in history class in high school, Cenk? What did we learn about? How many atrocities, how many genocides, how many terrible wars have taken place across the globe? How many of those did we learn about in high school?
Clearly not the Young Turks.
Clearly. This bitch is on a podcast called The Young Turks, which, by the way, the Armenian genocide, look it up. Here's the thing. One, you don't just teach the bad parts of history, which seems to be what Anna wants here, because there's a lot of good from history too. There's a ton of good that's come out of history, Jack. That's why we live in such a wonderful time that we do.
Yeah, technology is awesome.
But notice her finally understanding why homeschooling should happen isn't so that kids get educated better in math or reading or the founding of our country, or kids need to be scared about the fucked up shit that's happened in history. Oh, okay. But there's a lot more to history than just that. And those tend to actually be smaller times than you might think if you're Anna Kasparian. I don't know if Sean's in the audience, because I know you like this chick, but she's a fucking retard, bro. When she gets stuff right, I am convinced it's on accident. I'm convinced, because she's not smart. Oh, wait. It's the Jews, right, Anna? Hang on. Hold that thought, Evil One. You're getting ahead of the story.
I can recall the Cold War, learning about that. And of course, every year in high school, you got to go through Holocaust training.
Did you? Or was that just in your world history or in your U.S. history class, which is typically 1 year?
Did she go to school in Germany?
I don't know where she went to school.
Holocaust training?
Yes. Yeah, see, Evil One, you were just a little too quick on that. A little too quick. I have no doubt that the only things Anna learned in school in 4 years of high school was the Cold War and apparently Holocaust training. But that doesn't mean that's all they tried talking to her. That's not the only thing they tried teaching this bimbo. Do you think that literally 180 days out of 4? Well, let's see. That's what is 180 times 4? Would be what, 720 days?
Yeah, I think so. That sounds right. I
So-
know math, so
720 days out of a 4-year period, literally about half of that. All they told her was there was a Cold War and Jews got killed. That's it. I don't believe you, Anna. And I looked it up. She's 39, so she's like a decade younger than you and me. And We both agree educational standards have gone down, right? Even since we were kids. Do you think they've literally got to the point where they spend 180 days a year telling kids, hey, there was a Holocaust and a Cold War? They must be digging deep into these subjects if they're spending that much time on them. Or the other possibility is Anna was a bimbo who was more interested in trying to get the football players' attention rather than paying attention to what she was being taught. Now,
well, I mean, I'd be a little weirded out if she was blowing some chess team member under the table or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know I don't know how many fat Muslims she was blowing at school, or if she even was, but the idea that this chick was like paying deep attention to what she was taught in school, I just don't buy at all. And I'm only basing that on literally everything I've heard come out of her mouth since, which is all I can base it on. Oh, and my own experience in school where a ton of people, myself included, didn't really pay attention in history class. We were told, hey, this thing happened, and then the test came, and we answered the test and passed, and then we forgot about it immediately. Because we're kids, and a bunch of old people doing old stuff didn't really appeal to us.
Wow.
Anyway.
But God forbid you learn about any other genocide, any other thing that, the United States might have had its hands in when it comes to atrocities abroad.
Again, just want to remind you, Young Turks, you're still under that banner, you bimbo. Hey, Anna. Well, if you homeschool your kids, will you teach them about the Armenian genocide? I'm betting not.
It's just, look,
for
the first time.
Go ahead.
Let's be honest. She might teach them the wrong side of that.
Oh, she might. Yeah, the Young Turks were just freedom fighters.
Trying to stop those evil Christians.
They just wanted to stop people from, hanging mistletoe. Here's the thing about homeschooling. Even if you homeschool your children, you're going to go through an accredited program, which is still come up with by somebody else about the things that those kids need to learn to pass the state-approved curriculum and get a high school diploma. Homeschooling your kids, just going through the motions, is no real different than sending your kids to a public school. If you're not supplementing what they're learning, what the approved narrative is. Now, in Anna's case, I really do hope that if you homeschool your kids that you stick to the approved course, because frankly, I don't trust you with the education of children. But if you want your kids to learn about specific things, it's up to you to teach them that. You can't just count on the school or even the homeschool course teaching them the things that you think need to be instilled in them. In other words, you got to pay attention to your kids. You got to actually be invested in their lives. It can't just be, oh, dude, do this workbook that the place sent us, because that's not teaching them any better. Just saying. Now, it is true that homeschool kids, when they go into you take them out of homeschool and put them into a regular school, they're like 2 to 3 years advanced. You know why that is? It's not that the learning is so much better in the homeschool. It's that they're not having to account for the retarded kids. See, I could have learned a lot more in school if I wasn't in a class with people who were much dumber than me, who had to have the same shit repeated 30 times.
I don't know why you're picking on me right now. I didn't do nothing.
Just not dragged down by peers. Exactly. You get to learn at your pace rather than learning at the pace of the lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in this is one of the few places I will defend schooling, is that there's no other real good way to do that. You can split it up so you have the smarter kids, blah, blah, blah. But even then, you're still by the slowest person in that class. So In your advanced class, it's still only as advanced as the slowest person in that class. Because you can't leave anyone behind. And this isn't a no child left behind thing. This is, you got to make sure that all the kids understand what the information is.
Well,
when you're doing it, go ahead.
That's why they started doing like remedial classes for the slower kids and the more advanced placement type classes, where they put the smarter kids. It was the same grade level, but they did different work.
Yeah. I hated school, constantly bored, going over the same shit over and over. Me too. I would just sit there and draw. I doodled constantly in school because I was bored by where we were. It's like, we've already said that 30 times, Steve. And Steve's sitting over there picking his nose, eating glue. It's like, you're supposed to eat paste. You can't even get that right. Anyway, now they're canceling advanced classes. They are. But have you guys seen what's going on in the California's collegiate system right now? You have a whole bunch of teachers professors like, guys, you've got to make these kids smarter because they're coming to college and they're at 7th grade level in math and reading.
Yeah, it's the battle between the college academia and the teachers unions at regular schools, because the teachers want to be able to dumb stuff down. It's less work for them.
Yep. Frosted, thank you so much. Now hear me out, Margaret Sanger. Indeed.
Well, I mean, look, if we're being honest, we should probably adapt more the Japanese model, where kids go to school year round, and the kids that aren't doing real well, they don't go beyond 9th or 10th grade.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think most of schooling is needed. It is a lot of just filling in busy work for kids.
Yeah, look, if we would divert the kids that aren't going to be college bound directly into trade schools for their last 2 or 3 years, it would be way more productive for them and society as a whole. They could get used to either learning a trade and a skill, or focusing toward college and actually doing college level work. But we have to actually get them literate in where they can do basic math, which apparently is very difficult.
Mississippi is overtaking California in literacy. That is wild. There's a lot of places that are overtaking. Is it Mississippi that they call the miracle, or is it Louisiana? I can't remember. One of the two. And literally all they did was go back to phonics.
Yeah, it's Mississippi miracle.
The Mississippi miracle. Yeah, all they did was like, phonics seemed to work. Let's try that. And magically their test scores went from some of the worst in the nation to some of the best. Because they taught kids to read using the proven method.
Yeah, but look at those kids showing off. We got to dumb them down to the lowest common denominator so the other kids don't feel bad about being dumb.
Have you seen the video of the guy who has people reading off cards? I saw the most recent one. I think you're talking about the guy who's doing it on the street, not the kid who did it in his high school.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We talked about the one where it was in the high school. We didn't talk about the other one, but yeah. I saw.
Yeah, I saw the other one recently, and man, I don't have a lot of hope for these younger kids.
My nephew Colton was born early Saturday morning. Can I get a song for him? Colton, little man, welcome to the world. Sorry about the state it's in, but it's better than you're going to hear it is, and in some ways worse. But hope you like what we did with the place. This one is for you, Colton. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Colton. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Colton. I hope I hope you like it. I really do. I love the world for all of its flaws and stuff. I live in America. I complain a lot, but I don't really have much room for it. You know what I mean? I'm not a religious person, but I do consider myself blessed for where I was born, and that I'm not born in some shithole. Don't let Colton hear the part about shithole. He's way too young for that.
Oh, let's make that his first word.
Shithole. Uncle Monkey said so.
Uncle Monkey said shithole. That'd be good times.
We do have a problem with education because a lot of parents don't even want schools necessarily educating. They use schools as babysitters. Yeah.
Well,
And-
that's what happens when you have generationally dumbing down the education system and
Yeah.
not teaching kids to value learning.
I don't have an issue with people using it as a babysitter as long as their primary goal is their child being educated. Like he's going to get his education. This opens me up to be able to go work. Okay. But instead they're like, we even saw this during the pandemic and shortly thereafter, like parents really need to be supported here because they use this so they can go have a job. Well, what? That's really not what the education system's supposed to be for. It might be a nice side effect of it, Jack, allowing you to get out there and take care of business, but the whole point is for them to get educated, you dumb motherfuckers.
Who needs no education?
We don't need no education. I hate that song is so catchy because it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? No, that's fine. Do I want to talk about this?
I don't know.
Do we want to talk about that video? Yeah, we might as well because it's going all over the internet and fuck it. We're not gonna watch it. I'll just break it down for you. I can throw it into chat if anybody wants it, but this is a video going around social media. It's this dude, what's his name? Shibuki Sunshine, who he says he's actually glad Charlie Kirk's dead, but not for the reason you think. And it's not. He views it as a martyrdom. It's leading people to the right frame of mind.
Hang on before we get to that. Thank you, Evil One, for the very generous tip. He said, this is for you for a cold Pizza Hut pizza. Thank you. Appreciate that, man.
Oh, by the way, if anybody's feeling particularly generous, I have a trip coming up. Give me money. That's how you do it. I need to get one of those little bars people put on there, but I'm going to lie about them and be like, my goal is $1 billion and I'm $100 away from it. Does anybody actually donate because they see those bars? Sorry, we'll talk about this guy in a minute. I was thinking that the other day. I was watching some stream. I don't remember who it was. And they had that little bar up there and it was for their, what was it
Stream
for?
goal?
Yeah, it was a stream goal, but they had a particular thing they were I'm using air quotes, raising money for. And their goal was like $300 and 188 had already been raised. And is anybody like, it wasn't like, hey, I need to get my heating fixed or something like that. It was some nonsense, right? And I just made me, is there anybody out there who's just like, I really want this guy to go to Disneyland?
Like hookers and blow. That's what.
Because if that works, I have a ton of shit that I want that I can make goals.
Right?
Monkey wants fake dress to put on the wall.
So I bought the cat some toys because I had a little bit of extra money thanks to some generous tips. And I bought these rechargeable fish, and you dunk them in some catnip, and there's a switch, and it turns on, and the tail wags. Scared the shit out of the poor cat. She's like, "What the hell is that?"
Phoebe does not like mechanical toys. They frighten her. They make her scared. She has one mechanical toy. It's this little dome that has a feather that pops out of one of 3 holes randomly.
I've seen those.
That's the only one she likes. Any of the other ones are like, cats love this, and I put it on the floor and my cat pees. Like I don't think she loves it.
She got kind of used to the fish, but now she just ignores it unless it's like coated in catnip.
Phoebe also doesn't like catnip. She loves
That's
mint.
weird.
She likes him. No, I've had other cats that are not fond of catnip. We had one who was like a fiend. If you had it anywhere near him, he would like attack and take it, and he'd roll around all in it. He loved it. But my other cat, Patches, he didn't care for catnip at all. He was like, yeah.
Oh, Kit Kat loves the stuff. She's a little fiend, but she was an outdoor cat originally, from what I understand.
Okay, so back to this guy. He's basically telling us that he used to hate Charlie Kirk when he was first told Charlie Kirk was dead. He said, "Good." But then somebody said to him, "Have you ever watched any of Charlie's videos?" And then he says he got bored one day and curious, so he sat down and watched a Charlie Kirk debate video, and he was like, "I need to call my dad, who I cut off, and it brought my family back together, and now I'm totally on board with everything Charlie." And it came off as a little too perfect. Maybe I'm just jaded by the internet, but this just comes off as such a grift, where it's like, come on, man, your story's a little just too. He literally says from watching that he immediately calls his dad after just, you're a dyed-in-the-wool lefty who, when Charlie died, you said good. But watching a debate or two of his, you were like, I gotta call my papa. I don't believe you.
Yeah, look, there's part of me that wants this to be true, and if it was true, it would be great for Charlie's legacy. But if the cynical side of me says that this is probably a grift or some sort of effort to infiltrate the right-winger groups, some sort of weird Antifa op with the gayest dude they could find. Like, this is probably the manliest guy they got.
I have no problem believing he actually liked Charlie's stuff. I just think he's always liked Charlie's stuff rather than being. I've argued with the dyed-in-the-wool folks. None of them have had a change of heart. None.
No, they're cultists. So either he wasn't as lefty as he's saying, or this is some sort of cash grab.
It reminds me very much of Candace Owens. I came out as conservative to my parents. Sure you did. Sure. You had a change of heart on everything.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm way too cynical and nihilistic for this kind of thing.
If anybody wants to watch this video, I will toss it into chat here. This is where one of the places I saw like 30 different people reposting like, oh my God, Charlie's like, some of y'all need to get over your Charlie Kirk. This is probably gonna get me in trouble. Some of y'all need to stop it. All right. Charlie was a decent enough dude who got murdered, and it's not cool that happened to him. But some of y'all are treating him like he's actually Jesus. Some of you are like, I remember where I was when Charlie got shot. Why? You didn't care that much about Charlie when he was alive, but now that he's dead, you're like his best friend ever.
Yeah, it is getting a bit tiresome standing on a dead man's corpse.
Yeah, it's gross. All right, it's just gross.
Yeah, it's really gross. We've seen this kind of thing before, and it's gross when anyone does it.
Yep. And oddly enough, a lot of the people that I'm talking about who treat Charlie that way, that girl that, if you go to that link, it's to this chick that I follow. She's one of those people where it's like Charlie is her messiah.
Yeah, that's not a healthy way to look at people.
Nope.
You can respect somebody, but you pedestalize them like that, you're really setting yourself up for problems. But I don't know. Just let the guy rest in death and let his family grieve and move on. Fucking hell. This constantly bringing Charlie Kirk up all the time has got to be really hard on his family.
I mean, in a little bit in the defense there, I mean, Erica is still running Turning Point, and they do kind of lionize Charlie, but they knew him and were part of his life.
Yeah, that's literally his family. I mean, of course she's going to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't get the villainization of her, like trying to pin his death on her. That's weird and gross.
Candace needs money, bro.
Yeah, it's gross. It's really gross. Like how I don't understand being that depraved.
All right, I want to talk about this clip.
So the average NBA player plays for 4 years, and then the following 5 years, they go broke.
Easy numbers game, bro.
Yeah.
Easy numbers game. I do it like this. You make $5 million, 2.5 of that gone. You got agent fees, probably.
Some people were asking why is 2.5 of that gone? Taxes. These are the guys who actually get the higher taxes, and they're not corporations where they have write-offs that they can do. Your sports stars are basically taxed at 50% when you take federal, state, local taxes all into account. He's going to lay out here that $5 million isn't that much money. And he lays out all of the different expenses and stuff that they have. And there's a whole bunch of people who are like, $5 million is not much money. Come on, bro. And for you and me, that's true. Jack, if you got $5 million, that would be a hefty sum of money.
It would indeed. Feel free to donate that to the Streamlabs link.
Oh, you know what? I need that on my my little goal. $5 million. I need NBA money.
Yeah. I want to be able to buy an island and hunt people on it. Have them over for dinner.
As a average person, it's very easy to look at somebody going, $5 million isn't that much money, and be like, this guy's a fucking retard. For the record, there's another clip after this where he says that in 1 week he bought a Ferrari and a Lamborghini.
Wow.
And his financial advisor was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? And his answer was, I make tons of money. And the reason I wanted to bring this up isn't because, look, yeah, he's absolutely fucking retarded with his money.
Obviously.
If 5 million isn't enough to set you up, even taking out all of the stuff he says, by the end of it, I think he's like at 1.5 million or 500,000, whatever it is. That's just pure profit. That's money you don't have to spend on anything, but your dumb ass goes out there and spend it on it. However, I want y'all to think about your own life, because people tend to spend the money they have. It doesn't matter how much it is, whether it's a hobo who gets given $1 or it's this guy who played in the NBA and got a $5 million contract. People spend the money that they have. That's why after sports, a lot of these athletes who have huge fucking contracts end up broke as shit.
Yeah.
Because people spend the amount of money that they have. Let's say you have all your bills paid. You have all your bills paid. You even got an emergency fund, Jack. And then you get a raise at work. And you don't suddenly have more savings. Instead, you have a nice new couch, or you upgrade your car, or you go out a couple more times. People tend to spend the money that they have.
Yeah, well, look, there's been lots of studies done, and people tend to spend at or above their means.
Yep.
So people are dumb.
So it's very easy for us to look at somebody 5 million when that's none of us is ever going to make 5 million in a year and be like, fucking guy.
Now that attitude, quitter.
You do the same thing just on a smaller level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do think it is good that like the leagues, like the NFL, I know they've done this. They've started, financial planning for these guys. Like, hey, most of you guys go broke right after you leave the league, so maybe we should set you guys up with some financial planning.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is people just spend the money that they have because we're a very in the moment species.
Well, immediate gratification is kind of a method of survival. It's not a good one.
I was watching something the other day, and I don't remember what it was, but it made me think of this. It's another one of those times where I'm just going to admit it. I'm a consumer, and I'm okay with consumerism. That doesn't mean you should just spend all of your money all the time, but I see people putting down consumerism all the time. Oddly enough, on phones and cameras and different, none of them are sitting there naked in a fucking forest.
Yeah, I don't want to hear people on iPhones telling me about my life choices.
Consumerism is bad. Okay. Let me go through your life and audit it, motherfucker. But it's just like one of those fucking, like, I don't like drama. Yes, you do. Stop it. Stop it. You just like specific kinds of drama. Stop it. Yeah, it was a video game thing. No, it was movies. That's what it was. It was those fucking morons from Red Letter Media. And I know there's going to be people who are upset that I said that, but those paid fucking shills are douchebags. But he's like, don't think about it. Just consume more product. Like, motherfucker, one, your whole fucking set has a bunch of shit you bought. A bunch of nostalgia bait shit you bought. I don't want to hear you ever be like, just consume more product. But I'm tired of that shit. People use it as a way to try to diminish you for whatever it is you like or don't like. Like, oh, you're just consuming the product. Everything's a fucking product in a capitalist society, fucking moron. Your heat bill you pay, that was you consuming a product. I don't see none of you motherfuckers out there freezing to death because you're against consumerism. Ugh, fucking hate this shit. I'm really down on the games industry right now. Not the games industry, the game commentary industry. Because I keep seeing so many of these assholes, especially the British ones, who are very upset that game studios have like downsized. Because I don't know if you remember the arguments I've had with Alex over this, there. But they have this belief that if you work for somebody, then those people owe you, even if they don't have a job for you anymore. Like, no, but that's my job, and you have to keep paying me. A big problem
that's
with
very European mindset.
Yeah. A big reason that there's so much downsizing in the video game industry is because a lot of those jobs are unnecessary. And there was this indie developer who came out, and I don't remember the exact quote, but they basically said they had fallen in love with the idea of hiring a bunch of people. And that was a problem because then they had to lay off some people. They're like, can you believe this consumerism crap where they're just letting people go? Well, they're letting people go because they don't need those people to do that fucking job.
And they probably can't afford to pay them.
Yep. So instead, what that company is doing is they're farming out work to cheaper people than having to keep somebody on staff and pay them, even though they only need them for a little specific thing here and there. And these fucking douchebags, there's so many of them these days, and they always try to present themselves. I don't know how much you pay attention to video game commentary.
Not very much.
But they try to present themselves as these, so intelligent people, and they use words that they probably just looked up that day, Kamala. And it's always about how bad the publishers are. The damn publishers keep doing this to these people. Even though if you look at it, like the one we talked about with Subnautica 2, like the publisher tried to screw them over. They're just greedy. But the reason they were trying to screw them over is because their deal gave $250 million to the humble developer. They were paying $3 for every dollar they earned to the humble developer. Yeah, it's a bad deal. It was stupid for them to ever sign it. But they never, when it comes to the video game developers, these people often see them as almost this Jesus-like feature. All they want to do is make good games for you. They don't even care about money, bro. Money's like not even on their radar. They'd prefer to live in a dumpster if they had a choice, but they just really want to make this game for you. Like, then how come they're selling it?
Did you hear that, guys? He's dumpster shaking.
They want to make money. It's why they're selling it.
What? That's crazy talk. What? Make money, recoup investments. No, you should just make it because people want to play it, man. They want to play it for free.
Yeah, the whole nonsense with the video game industry and how much money that they spend on payroll, it got really ridiculous under the pandemic because they just hired shit tons of people. And there are people who get into business where they're like, I just want to provide jobs for people. Okay, but if you don't have jobs to do, then you're just paying somebody for nothing. And you could do that if you want to. Just give hobos your money.
Yeah, those platitudes sound nice, but they're very impractical.
The drive for money drives them to please the customer, which drives the best product. I would agree with you if I didn't play 7 Days to Die. Yeah. Literally, they just, at their latest update, they threw their hands up and like, fine, fuck it. You guys can do whatever you want with our game. Because they are notorious for something players like. Well, we don't like you guys doing that, so we're going to stop. We're going to stop that.
I'll tell you have fun playing our game.
Just look at how many times a bug is found and people are enjoying the bug. And they're like, oh, we're getting rid of that. Like, why? Because you don't have to do that bug. It's not a game-breaking bug. It's usually something like an exploit to make money in an offline game. And they're like, can't have that kind of fun. Yeah.
Like it used to having fun.
In a properly functioning free market. I hear you, but you also have to realize that a lot of these game developers consider themselves, and I'm using huge air quotes, artists. And when it comes to artists, they think they know better. I mean, this is why you end up with people like, I would rather make my art than ever sell anything because I am true to myself.
I have integrity as an artist.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yep. That's why they come up with the term sellout. You made money doing stuff people actually like. You fucking sellout.
Yeah.
And fuck right off.
You
with
should
that
be borderline homeless.
Yes. Exactly. But there's a whole nother subset of the gaming industry where people are like, these people put in all this work to make this game. You should support it. I have no doubt they put in a lot of work on it, but it's a shitty product.
That's some Depression Quest talk right there.
This was actually something that came up with Destiny, not the streamer, the game.
Oh, yeah.
Destiny 2 and Marathon are both made by this company, Bungie. And they turned off Destiny 2. Like, we're done with it. So they can push their new game, Marathon, which is not doing near as well as Destiny did. And one of their community people came out like, if you ever want Bungie to make anything else, you really should be supporting Marathon. Like, wait, you want me to support something I don't like in the hopes that one day they'll make something I like? Are you retarded?
A little.
But I see this with artists, the art crowd all the time. Like, I worked hard on this piece. Dude, it looks like you shit on a canvas.
Probably did.
But there's a reason that those kind of people kind of neatly go into the whole commie thing. You're like, well, if everything's automated, what are you going to do? Well, we're going to paint, bro. There's just going to be paintings everywhere.
Will it be as good as AI paint? Probably not.
Probably not.
They'll paint like that weird hobo camp in California where it's a bunch of like broken TVs all stacked up with little things glued on and be like, I'm an artist. No, you're just a retard who's lazy.
And now Bungie's potentially facing 50% of their staff being laid off. True. For the record, Bungie now is owned by Sony. They were owned by Activision, and before that, they were owned by Microsoft. And in all three cases, defenders of Bungie are like, it's the corporation that makes them do it. This is now the third corporation making them do shitty stuff. Maybe the common denominator there is the problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not saying that the publishers, that's where I was thinking producer. I'm like, this isn't Hollywood. I'm not saying the publishers are innocent or that they've never done anything bad. But what often happens, like one guy I'm watching on this video, he's like, he's laying out the Bungie deal with, I think it was Activision. And they were supposed to make a game every 2 years. In their deal, they ended up making 2 games. That's it. And they're like, what you can't do is be like, I'm going to have this game finished by September. And then they actually expect them to have it finished by September because you never know when a game's going to be done. That's true. That's true. But if you don't give these little shitheads some kind of timeline, then it's never going to be finished.
Yeah, you can't let artists are very waffly and fungible when it comes to deadlines. If they don't have a hard deadline to turn stuff in, they get real lazy about it because they wait for inspiration.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what field of art, whether it's video games or paintings, you have to kind of keep on them about getting product done.
Did you see that the founder of Ubisoft died? Ubisoft, I know, but I've always said it the other way. No, I didn't. Fun fact for morons that say that, Bungie are a corporation. Yes, yes, they are. It's just funny to me that they never blame the people who are actually making the game, and they have so many excuses for it. And you do kind of see this in Hollywood too. Sometimes they're like, they expected this movie to be shot in 6 weeks. How long were they told it was going to take to shoot the movie? We don't want to talk about that right now. There has to be some kind of hard date on this kind of stuff.
Yeah, otherwise you end up with the 3.5 year Apocalypse Now adventure.
Bungie's contract with Activision was unrealistic. Not really. If you're talking about some of the more asinine parts of the contract, maybe. But the simple thing of making a new game every 2 years isn't that hard, especially when they're not making that many innovations in the genre. Now, for the kind of game that they were making, it makes no sense because they were making live service games, and making a brand new live service game every 4 years is kind of, or every 2 years is stupid. But the idea, go look it up. And I know this is older tech, but look how long it took to make the second Fallout game. You know why it didn't take that long? It took less than a year, Jack. They had Fallout 2 was released the next year after Fallout. They were using basically the same tech, and they had a bigger story. I know they got to design the levels. You mean the levels that look just like the levels from the game before?
Yeah, how hard is it to change some of the outer textures to make it look somewhat different?
Decadia, thank you. Modern artists are massive lazy dorks. Take every chance they can to slack off. Hate Kincaid all you want. The man was an artwork machine. You know, I think about this with actors. Of all of the shit that Rachel Zegler got a bunch of shit for, she was asked why she wanted to do a comic book movie, and she answered honestly, I needed a paycheck.
Yeah.
People were pissed. Like, this bitch, she didn't do it because she just loves the comic. She's an actor. That's her job, dummy.
Yeah, they're not all like some artiste honing their craft. No, most of them just want a paycheck.
This is the reason you can do the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon thing, is because that motherfucker takes every acting job he can get.
Yeah, him and Sam Jackson never turn a project down from the sound of it.
And people are like, how could you make this movie? Like, that's his job. This would be like me coming to your job and being like, how could you do that spreadsheet? Like, because that's what you're paid to do, dummy.
Yeah. A working actor is an actor that's making money.
It's great if these people actually like the characters that they get to play, because like Henry Cavill, he's a big fan of some of the people that he's portrayed. But you don't have to be. Do you think Harrison Ford was a huge fan of Han Solo before Han Solo was a thing?
He hated Han Solo.
Like, They're actors. This is what they're paid to do. And people got so mad at her over that part of it. She said a lot of really stupid shit, but her saying I needed a job, like, oh, you fucking cunt. How dare you?
Yeah, well, I mean, some people don't like honesty. They want the mythology of it.
Several people have brought up Nick Cage. Yeah, Nick Cage is in that same kind of boat.
Well, he's got a giant tax bill he's got to pay too.
True.
Just like Wesley Snipes. Real quick though, thank you, Dragon Mage. A lot of the game commentary people have the mindset that whoever has the most money in a situation is the bad guy, and the one with the less is the good. That seems to be a common problem with a lot of the commentary communities in general. They have a loyalty to the underdog, and sometimes it is drastically misplaced.
Thank God, I thought I just snotted on Mike. I normally mute myself on the mic itself, and I looked over to unmute it. I'm like, oh my God. And then I saw I muted down here. So you guys didn't have to hear me blow my nose. Yeah.
I'm sure somebody somewhere wanted to hear that.
No, what was just talked about there, I mean, that's true of a lot of stuff. Is anybody, it's kind of the oppressive class thing, where whoever can be seen as the oppressor, he's clearly the bad guy. And that's rarely even the case. A lot of times there's bad on both sides.
Yeah. Well, and let's face it, corporations want to make money.
Yeah.
If they don't want to make money, they go out of business.
But it's so easy to, because look, the game industry, there's a lot of crap in it, and it's so easy to blame it on everything. Literally anything you wanted. Like, they didn't have the right coffee. This is probably going to surprise you guys, but I blame a lot of the problems on the game industry on women.
I blame it on the rain.
No, I do blame it on women, because if you look at the early days of gaming, and by early days, I mean up to, let's say, the release of Grand Theft Auto 5, men would go in, they do to their company, they'd spend crunch time and all this shit that women like, oh my God, you got to work really hard right before release. That's so unfair. They don't get to see their family. It wasn't the guy who complained about that. It was his fucking wife. And then you had the things like with Blizzard, like, oh, they did a bunch of ass grabby stuff. A bunch of guys got together, and then when they had a little bit of downtime, they were being guys. Fucking weird.
Who would have thought?
And none of these chicks decided to make their own chicky game company. Instead, they decided to infiltrate the majors and change how things are done. And now we have HR in all of these fucking places.
Monkey, you're forgetting Depression Quest.
I am not. I wish I could.
I will never let you.
For the major games and stuff like that, I mean, if you look at the games that are well known and have been for decades, the OGs of the genre, things like Fallout, we'll just use the companies, Blizzard and BioWare, and who was the third B? Bethesda. These are companies that when they were first made and when they were known for making really great games, were in the male culture that we're told is so bad. And then they stopped doing that. And how have games been since then? And I'm not saying that means women can't work in these places. I'm saying that if women want to work in these places, they need to act like the men working in those places.
What? You're crazy.
That's what we're told. Like, we can do whatever men do, but we're going to change it all. Fuck right off. When it comes to like the crunch time, for those who don't know what crunch time is, it's like right before a game will come out, like the last month or so, maybe a couple months, they just get in there and they work 60, 80-hour days nonstop until release. And this chick comes out after Grand Theft Auto 5, and she's like, my husband couldn't have time off. And I'm like, oh my God. Women have trouble with the idea of doing something for the greater good. They have like, this is gonna make this product great. And she's like, but dinner's getting cold. And he's invested in it. He's like, no, I want this to succeed and do really well. And she's like, but you missed the ballet recital. Now we're gonna raise a stripper. And hashtag not all women, but we see this quite often with women. This is why when they do studies and it's like women turn down voluntary overtime, where the guys are like, yeah, give me that money. And she's like, actually, my favorite soap opera is on tonight and I need to watch it. I need work-life balance. Men and women care about different things. And when you're talking about getting a product out to get it done right, the woman's like, this is my job and my job is done right now. And he's like, I want to get this thing. I want to make this thing succeed. It's a different mindset. And I don't know that you can teach women that. You were always going to raise a stripper. If you want to make a good game, you got to raise a few strippers. Yes, true. No, it's a different mindset. And we're seeing that feminist mindset take over everything. I mean, this is what the whole idea of what they call it, quiet quitting. What does quiet quitting mean? I'm going to do my job. Do you not understand what quitting means? Because you're not quiet quitting, you're just doing your job. And the whole notion of it is, I'm only going to do my job. I'm not going to do more. And we see this with a lot of people. They actually, like that chick the other day, or from Obsession. We talked about her the other day. She's like, oh, I sometimes had to do things that weren't in the art director category of things.
I had to help out. Oh, no.
Like, come on, man. And so, as a dude, I would just be like,
Suck
yeah,
it
that is
up
done.
and be a team player.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And she's like, they should have hired more people with money they didn't have at the time, but have now.
Yeah. Use that future money.
80-hour days, that's not math and monk. You're putting way too much thought into it. She had to make coffee. Yeah, she had to do a few page things. Because she thought as art director, she's above that. I'm going to quiet quit. It's so fucking stupid, man. You used to have these people, like in the gaming industry, you used to have people who were invested in the game doing well. And now you have people who are invested in getting their paycheck and going home at the end of the day. And you see it this is why so many actual indie games, like the guy who made Schedule 1, he's in there because it's a passion of his. Before he ever made a dime from it, he had a working, fun, interesting little game. And that's because he put his heart and soul into making this fun, interesting little game. He wasn't like, fuck it, I already worked 8 hours today, I got to go home. And this is why you see a difference in male and female-led businesses. When a dude opens a business, he puts his heart and soul into it, and the chick is like, it's time for the evening news. And it's not that that's a bad thing. It's not that wanting your work-life balance is a bad thing, but there is a cost to it when you're talking about the outcome.
Yeah, men are willing to have a different type of work-life balance where they focus more on the work so that they have shorter downtime for the short period. They know that in the long term they can even that out.
Stardew Valley is one guy. Yep. That dude almost went crazy making that game. You ever seen the documentary that was done about that? Happy Father's Day, Monkey, and Dad's in chat. Well, thank you.
There's no happy, sad, lonely, pathetic person day, is there?
There's not. That's just Tuesday.
I feel like we're getting ripped off, lonely, like fellow lonely people.
I just think it's kind of funny that there's a Father's Day because, like, all I did was hump my wife. You know what I mean? It's like a day celebrating that you got to hump and she didn't make you use a condom.
Happy Bareback Day.
Happy Bareback Day. Now, in theory, it should mean you're a good dad, and I'd like to think that I am, but in reality, all you got to do to be celebrated on Father's Day is blow a load, you know.
Happy Milk and Cigarettes Day.
Right. Thank you for that. I'm going into this end of year expecting longer hours because we have to close the books and we are down a person because he is doing military stuff. I'd rather put in the extra time so he can get the unique experience. There was a time where when it came to working, you had a stake in your company. And I don't mean like a financial stake in your company. I mean, you wanted it to do well. So like if you worked at Burger King, you'd tell people, Burger King's great. And now there's more of a thing where it's like you work at Burger King and you come home and you make a TikTok about how much it sucks where you work. I don't get it myself because I've like when I worked at Walmart, I'm still very positive on Walmart, but I was very positive on Walmart because I wanted them to do well because that meant I got paid.
Yeah. Well, I think unfortunately that's a two-way street because a lot of corporation mentality these days is that you're disposable. We used to hear this at GameStop all the time from our district manager. He'd come in and tell us how replaceable all of us were. So that's why nobody wants to work here. But it's a give and take. You have to want to be loyal to the company for the company to appreciate you at the same time. Both parties have to want to be there.
What you're describing is just bad management.
Yeah.
It might even be true. Let's be honest. If you're an hourly worker at Walmart, I don't care what your hourly wage is. Actually, even if you're a store manager at Walmart, you are easily replaced.
Yeah, you don't tell them that, though.
Yes, exactly.
Because you got to pay to train some new person and all the paperwork. No, you want them to feel like we love you because I don't want to train anyone else.
You're doing a good job around here. Thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah, you're awesome. All right. Now get back to work.
Yep. Anyway, low skill disposable help. But again, you don't want to put it that way. Now, if you got somebody being uppity, like this place wouldn't run without me, like calm down, Steve. It ran before you got here. It ran before you got here. It's going to run after you're gone, unless you burn it down on your way out. Calm down.
That's
I always
why
had
you fire
family
people on Friday.
I always had family ask me why I didn't work at GameStop. My response was always that I heard nothing but horror stories about it. Yeah, I mean, I've never heard anybody with a good story about GameStop, not once. Not once.
Because they're a horrible company to work for. They really have no idea how to treat it. Like, if something goes missing, they first assume it was an employee stealing. Not like, all right, let's look around and check the back room, check in the cabinet. No, they're like, who stole it?
My guess would be that their records show most theft is internal.
No, it's their hierarchy. It's how their district managers all are trained, is to assume it's employee theft first.
I think it's disposability of workplace culture. But again, the reason that I focused on the people is because oftentimes this isn't what we're talking about. It's not a GameStop or a Walmart or retail or service kind of industry where you have the people I'm only working, because most of those companies have those those rules in place anyway because of California laws, if we're being honest. Like at Walmart, when I was walking out, if somebody needed help finding something, I could be fired for answering their question because I, quote, worked off the clock.
Yeah, some companies are real sticklers for that.
It's because they can be sued for it. The reason Walmart was like that wasn't like, no, we don't want you helping people. It was because people would work off the clock willingly of their own accord, and then they joined a lawsuit where like they made me work off the clock.
Yeah.
But a lot of times the ones that we're talking about, these quiet quitters, they're working office jobs. They're working at least semi-skilled position, data entry or analysis or whatever kind of nonsense. They're like, oh, I'm only doing what's asked. If you're only doing what's asked of you or what your job description is, like the boss is like, hey, could you help me out with this? You're like, that's not in my job description. You're not going anywhere in the company, and you deserve not to go anywhere in the company.
Yeah, you'll never be promoted.
Yeah. Union rules. In this case, Faithless, remember, this is Walmart, so union rules aren't part of it. Because that's the one thing Walmart has always done well is like, no unions here. Fuck that.
Keeping the unions out.
It literally is because of California laws that I was actually fired for this, Jack, for not punching out properly. That's what I got fired from Walmart for. They had to rehire me because their clock was broken and they could see I tried to clock out. But all of that comes from lawsuits that have come through from stupid people. They made me work off the clock. Could have walked out, fucker. They couldn't have fired you for that.
We fired a guy for stealing, well, I would say soda, but they take the nozzles off, so you're really just getting the carbonation.
Oh, yeah.
And it came out to like 15 cents, and he was on video doing it, so we had to fire him. And I was like, that's embarrassing. I would rather, he should just tell people he got fired for smoking weed.
I'd have stole some shit on the way out.
Yeah.
Make it worth your while at least. Fuck. Also, too many potential workers workers make companies not want to work with who they have. How do you mean? My mom got fired from Phineas, what's that say? Felony basement for not clocking out properly. Yeah. The whole clocking thing, that is all because of stupid. This is why you get people on salary as quick as you can. That way you can be like, you were on the clock.
You're always on the clock.
Yeah. You only got to work 40 hours. This is why companies figured that out. That's why they started the overtime rules, even in things where there's no actual overtime. I know we got to give them overtime because they had to work 10 minutes longer. And look, I'm not saying that you should work off the clock. I'm not opposed to it, Jack. If I'm just like I said, walking out of Walmart and somebody like, hey, where's the toilet paper? It's down that aisle over there. I'm not opposed
it always
to that
depends.
kind of shit.
That's always very situational. Is it something that's going to take me a long time to do, or is it just like, hey, it's over here? Because if it's like, I want you to dismember this display and then build a new one, no, not doing that off the clock. Go fuck yourself. That's real work. But if it's just directing somebody somewhere as a fellow customer, I will gladly show somebody where something is located.
Starmer just stepped down?
He was rumored to be doing that today, but I didn't think he actually would.
Apparently it's happened.
Woo!
I would say woo, but I mean, hey, England, how's your progression of prime ministers going?
Yeah, it's kind of going in the wrong direction, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of is. I've seen a store manager fired for messing up people's payroll. They should be fired for that. Why the hell's the store manager doing payroll?
Why is he fucking it up? That's generally not that hard. There's like programs for that called spreadsheets.
What happened? England is just getting more and more shitty, and he wants to get out before it's permanently a stain on his record.
Yeah, well, after that, the protests got a little messy over there after that kid got stabbed. And they were beating up some girls yesterday. Like the police were using batons on these girls that weren't moving fast enough.
Nice.
People are getting a little rowdy.
I'm always in favor of beating women.
When times require it. I mean, I'm not opposed, but
fuck Starmer. Yeah, and look, I'm not standing up for the guy. The guy's a piece of shit. But honestly, I mean, we're not quite there yet in the US because we do have a pretty adversarial system. But if you look at how our presidents act once they're in office, it's not really all that much different. That's what's different about Trump, whether you like what he's doing or not. He has bucked the system in ways that most presidents don't. I mean, look at Obama when he comes into office. He runs on like they gave this millionaire they got tax cuts, and they're like, "Are you going to roll that back?" Once he got elected, and he's like, no, no, I think that might hurt the economy." It's amazing how often it's the same fucking shit. It's just a new asshole in there, and then the sides switch on what they're going to defend.
Yeah. Well,
where in England, it just seems like it's a race to who is the shittiest person to run the country.
It kind of looks that way, doesn't it? Like
it does, yeah.
I'm sorry, but England, you guys got to stop electing these fucking shitbags. Seriously, what are you doing?
Well, the way their prime minister is elected, for those of you who don't know, it's not like the presidential election where you vote for them directly. It's basically the Speaker of the House in America. We vote for our Congress people, and then they vote on who their leader is, and that's their prime minister. And it's in the House of Commons, right? The House of Lords doesn't get a say in it. Or does the House of Lords get a say? I don't know. Anyway, so the people who are going to pick the next PM are already decided, and they have a lot more groups over there than just Republican and Democrat. So they often have to build coalition governments where the Greens decide to hook up with Labor, who decides to hook up with terrorists, and then they vote and like, yeah, we'll get this asshole.
Yeah, well, stop voting for those clowns is my point, because those smaller elections are the ones that matter, because they're going to pick your prime minister.
Yeah. And if you look at the elections, I mean, I don't expect anything to change with Starmer gone, because it's just going to be somebody from the same party, some other dick who's like, no, let all the immigrants in. How dare you get mad at one of them killing one of us?
Real quick. Thank you, Dragon Mage. I'm not actually happy that Starmer resigned because Labor is still in power and he was the moderate one. Oh, dear God.
Yeah. So when it comes to who's going to be the next PM, probably some other shitbag.
Yeah.
Just saying. And at some point, you just got to point to it and be like, this is what England wants. Now, there might be a whole bunch of you who don't, but you're outnumbered.
Yeah, there seem to be a lot of traitors and Muslims that really want to destroy the UK.
Yeah, you're the guy in the Charger jersey at the stadium, and then when they're playing the Raiders in the Raiders' house. You might hate the Raiders and love the Chargers, but you are way outnumbered, bro.
Yeah.
So I hope England comes to its senses, but I'm gonna get in trouble for this again. Women, man, fucking women. All it takes is somebody to be like, they're being mean, and then all you fucking pussy guys out there are like, oh my God, we don't want to be mean. And then we get to where we are right now.
Gold, right? Asmongold read that whole rape inquiry on his stream. Did you catch any of that?
I caught parts of it. I read a bit of that myself.
That should probably be a much bigger story than it is.
Did you see the bitch laughing about it?
Yeah, I saw 3 of them.
This is Donna Rachel. She's I don't know exactly what her title is or why she's a thing.
The Rape Gang Inquiry report is out.
She's totally not laughing about it. She tells us that later in a second video because she got a bunch of pushback for this. I wasn't laughing about the gang report. Yeah, you were.
Yeah, you absolutely were, lying bitch.
Repeatedly throughout this video, and her whole reason for this is the term county line. If you live in America, county line means the border between 2 counties. In England, there's actually a term called county line that refers to the drug trade, where they're using phone lines to traffic stuff. And in her mind, because that's what they're using, because they say county line, and in the rape report, it uses it more like the border, but it could be the other way if you actually read it. But she's like, you can't actually traffic girls over a county line. Like, weird, they're trafficking drugs that way, you fucking moron.
I have a photo, don't make me bring it up, of a coyote bringing people over the border.
True. But is her whole reason for laughing is that. Because it's not actually a rape gang problem over there, according to her. It's a drug problem with the kids. You see, it's not you shouldn't worry about these Pakistanis who are raping a bunch of British girls, because what they're really doing is raping drug addict children.
No, she probably justifies it as prostitution. That's the disgusting part. This is the party of believe all women anyway, and they're letting children get raped.
She tells us, this is a 5-minute video. Her whole thing is that the kids are on drugs. That's the problem.
Yeah, I didn't make it past the laughing.
The rape isn't the problem. They're just on drugs, and that's what the county line is actually. See, they're trafficking these drugs to kids, which somehow they can do through phone lines, but they can't traffic kids through phone lines.
Yeah, well, it must have been a sexual emergency.
Yeah, this fucking ignorant bitch. Oh, she's a reform. Yeah, I don't know much about her. I saw this stupid shit and her explanation for it, because she does have a second video where she's like, I wasn't actually laughing at that. It's exactly what you were laughing at, fucking bitch. And you know what? If you do want to point to that and be like, hey, they're misunderstanding this, and you want to laugh at that, then own it. Own it. I'm laughing at the stupidity of them not understanding. That's a perfectly okay position to have. What you can't do is then be like, no, I wasn't actually laughing about the rape report. Yes, you were. That you think you had a good reason doesn't make it any less that you were laughing at it, you dumb bitch. White women, man.
Right?
I thought reform hated her guts. I know you're talking to somebody in chat, but I don't know enough about her. I did go to her page and see that she is supposedly reform. But look, man, when it comes to that rape report, it's fucking gross. It really is.
Yeah.
You have the lefties are like, well, it wasn't as bad as people said. There wasn't 250,000 raped. Okay, how many? How many is okay? This is very much the same. Like, they didn't behead 40 babies. Okay, well, what's the acceptable number, you fucking retard? Anyway, that's restore, not reform. I swear this bitch claims to be reformed. I laughed at restore, then everyone laughed at restore. Elon wants me jailed. Oh, okay. That's her in her bio. I just think she's a disgusting person who, again, if you really do think they got that part wrong and you want to laugh at them for it, that's fine. What the fuck is that noise? Sometimes I hate having earphones on because I just hear a noise and it's not good. There were deer out by my garden today, and if they're out there right now, I'm going to go out there with a flashlight and scare them. I don't have a gun, or I'd shoot at them. That brings me to my
solution to that. Get a gun.
Yeah. I'm not sure I want a gun in the house with Lady Monkey and she get mad at me. You know what I mean?
All too well.
Because that could turn out badly for me. Where is this asshole? Yeah, this guy. Okay. So this is a video from Florida, and we're not going to watch the video because I don't want to. It's a bunch of shirtless guys and a dude with a BB gun who is shooting at a drone, which turned out to be a police drone. Whoopsie.
Wait,
And
shirtless guys and a firearm in Florida?
I know, right?
am the shocked.
Well, I guess we can mute it and play it so you guys can watch what happens. I love these guys flip flops on with socks. It's
Of
fucking
course he
wonderful.
does. It's fucking Florida.
I do that myself. I wear socks with my sandals because my feet get cold.
Weird.
Anyway, the police are like, "Hey, you're shooting at our drone," and they arrest the guy for it. And the post that put this up is like, this brings up serious Fourth Amendment issues.
Yes, it does.
It does. Because that's an illegal search. If you're just randomly flying a drone over, by the way, what this guy did, except for shooting at the drone, there's nothing illegal about it. You can stand in your backyard and fire a fucking BB gun into the sky. There's no law against that. There might be some like city ordinances if you're too close to other people, but it's a BB. When it comes down, worst it's going to do is give somebody a bruise. And they jailed him over this.
Yeah, it's because he shot the police drone. If he'd shot somebody else's drone, it would have been like a civil thing, and they'd say sue each other.
Well, this guy responds to this, who does drone work for the power company, and he's like, "Yes, don't ever shoot at drones," and tells the story of a homeowner who shot one of their drones, and they gave him a choice to pay $35,000 or go to jail.
Jesus.
Yeah. And a couple of things. One, I doubt very highly that the police were checking out power lines.
No, they were fishing.
But two, this is my property, and if you fly a drone over it without my permission, I should be able to treat you like a trespasser. I should be able to shoot you with a fucking BB gun.
Yeah,
you ain't got no
agree.
reason.
Like, you don't get to do an end run around the Fourth Amendment just because there's some fancy new technology. You still have to get a warrant to surveil people. You should anyway. It shouldn't be a free for all. But that since the government said you don't own the airspace over your house, they've interpreted that in a very broad way. That you can fly drones over people's houses and spy on them. It's sort of like the open fields doctrine. It's really antithetical to the Fourth Amendment, but until somebody sues and it goes all the way up to like the Supreme Court, and then they say no, this is a Fourth Amendment violation, it's gonna stick.
Well, this guy is like, we tell people, and somebody's like, well, you need to make sure all the property owners know that you're going to be flying a drone in the area. And he's like, oh, you want me to make sure everybody knows? Yes, absolutely. If you really are just doing power lines, for the record, I don't believe for a minute that anybody started shooting at a drone because they saw it flying over power lines.
No, they shot at a drone because they were bored and drunk and it was on their property.
I have a feeling it was more like their daughter was sunbathing and suddenly that drone needed to stop for a minute. And so they're like, fuck that.
There's a lot of that, but I'd be prepared to say that there are some drunk people that would absolutely shoot at a drone for fun.
Maybe. Sorry, I had a booger incident. The reality is, if you're on the power lines and you're flying these drones and like, we couldn't possibly make sure everybody knows. It would cost too much to have to get out and tell everybody. Power bills have not gone down with the use of drones, so I don't give a fuck.
No. Why don't they put a notice on the last month's bill saying, okay, on these days we're going to be flying drones in your area?
A lot of people get, because they've been forced into paperless billing, they don't even pay attention to their bills. How about this? Fly it across the power lines and keep them on the power lines and then see how many times you get shot at.
Yeah.
But even better, keep your shit out of my yard.
Yeah. Real quick. Thank you, Evolve Potato. A couple days ago, a few lifers killed a pedo child killer in the comments, basically all the men were happy about it or agreed with it. Basically, all the women were feeling sad for the pedo child killer. Women ruin things with their sympathy for evil. Yeah, women have a bad habit of finding the good in everybody, and that's not always realistic. You can't project your emotions onto someone else. Some people are just wired wrong. Some people are just fucking soulless and evil.
Sorry, answering a retard. I have that story if you want. Which story? Oh, about the guy getting beaten to death. Look, I've talked about this before. Women's greatest strength is their weakness when it comes to society, is that they are feeling people. We do need them to temper men because we are like, that's a problem. We're going to remove the problem. And sometimes that's not the way to handle things.
Yeah.
But occasionally it goes into stuff like this, like they killed the pedophile. How dare you? Like, we saw this with the Democrats voting against removing sex predators from our country. Like, oh, but their home country sucks. They can't rape children so easily. Now, that's not how they say it because they don't put that much thought into it. They're just thinking, yeah, he's got to go back to the shithole country he came from, and it sucks there.
Yeah, well, we don't want him here.
So the whole thing, I get it, but I don't, because at some point you do have to be like, no. And again, this is why I blame you men, because you've stopped saying no.
I wanted to tell you about this video I saw. There was an arrest. Okay. So
sure.
This cop stops at a gas station to take a piss. He's coming out and he sees this car with really dark windows. I want to say this was in Florida somewhere because it's a Florida type story. So he goes over to the car and he's like, hey, I see you got some really tinted windows. Can I see your license and registration? And the lady freaks the fuck out. No, why are you coming over here bothering me? I ain't doing nothing to you. And the guy she's with jumps immediately into the passenger seat and starts rummaging around. And the cop's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's being super cool. He's like, please get out of the car. I don't know what you're getting. I don't know what's in there. I can't see in the car. Please get out. The guy was going for his camera, but he didn't know that. So, and he comes out holding this thing. Dude, I might have shot him on the spot if I was that cop. But he immediately radios for backup because these two are being oppositional and defiant all over the place. Over a simple request, he's like, just show me your driver's license and registration. And they keep arguing with him. Well, eventually another cop car shows up and this chick cop gets out and she's talking to the guy a little bit. And the cop goes around to the driver's side where the lady is going and she's getting into the car and she won't get out of the car. So finally, as a couple more cops show up, they end up arresting the woman because she's fighting with the cop. And he was so pleasant the entire time. It was so surreal. He's like, please stop. I just want to get your information. Because I think he was trying to confirm that they were like locals because it's a city ordinance, not necessarily like a state ordinance, because they might be from out of state too. So if they're from out of state, the tint, it could slide. And he just wanted to kind of check everything. And it would have been a ticket at worst. And they turned it into like 3 felonies right out of the gate. Like this woman is fighting with him, swearing at him, calling him all sorts of names, and just shoved him, kicked him, resisted arrest, everything. And the guy would not identify himself. And turns out there's a baby in the car.
Of course.
And the cop didn't know that. And when he finds out, he's like, well, look, sir, if you just identify yourself, we could cut you loose, but we have to make sure we know who you are so we know who we release the vehicle to. And we need to know that you're claiming you're the father of the child. We need to confirm that. Well, I'm the kid's father. And then 3 sentences later, he's not really my son.
Do you think Do you think we should appeal the 19th Amendment? No, we need to amend the 19th Amendment so that women get to vote. It just doesn't count. I'm often shocked by these things because in so many of these cases, if the people would just cooperate with the police, like, here's my ID. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you can go on your way.
Yeah, the whole thing was just about the window tint. At worst, that's a ticket.
Yeah.
You're not going to get in any real trouble for that. And this lady turned it in. She was getting charged with 3 felonies. And the guy wouldn't identify himself, and they just wanted to confirm his identity so they knew who they released the kid and car to. They weren't going to arrest him, and the guy almost talked himself into jail. And he wouldn't calm down. While they're trying to explain it, like 3 or 4 officers tried to explain it to this guy, and he's like, no. And finally they got his ID, and they're like, okay, we're going to uncuff you and you can go. And he's like, well, what if I don't want to go? Oh, I don't care. Just leave us alone. And the whole time, this officer was just baffled by their behavior. It was insane. I just wanted to share that because it was just the most unnecessary response to a situation, and the officer handled it way better than I would have.
Oh, apparently there's a bat in my house.
Oh.
That must have been what I heard earlier.
Oh, how do you get in?
I don't know how. There's somewhere there's a bat getting in my house. It's the second time in like 2 weeks there's been one. So,
we all know how that ends.
Well, look, you know how it is.
Yeah. Anyway, I get it. No, I just wanted to share that story because it was so strange. It was just such an overreaction. I'll drop the link to the video in the chat because it was all totally unnecessary over a trivial thing. It's why I would never become a police officer. But I would have freedom sticks around to take care of bats in my house if I was a cop. Dangerous. I am neither confirming nor denying. You could tell by the thumbnail of the video.
To the previous topic, suicidal empathy. Yeah. This is a problem that we have. I mean, so many people are trying desperately to be, I'm a good person. Yeah, I get it. We don't want to abuse people, but when people are abusing us, the right answer isn't, to let them abuse us. That's retarded.
Yeah.
Some places have limits into how dark. Yeah, the tinted windows thing that's been going on since the late 80s.
Yeah, it's not a new thing.
No. And typically most jurisdictions, at least these days, it's the front windows that have to be where you can see in some so that you can be identified. Back windows are not as big a deal. That's why,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, their windows were super dark too. Like it was obviously illegal tint. But again, you just had to show your paperwork. And if you were from out of state, it would have been fine. They'd have been like, all right, well, just to let you know, here in Florida, we don't allow tint this dark. And here's your warning, or here's your ticket, whatever. And go fight it in court. Don't get yourself arrested for 3 days and catch a couple of felony charges because you can't shut the fuck up.
I saw an interesting video of Taylor Lorenz being interviewed the other day.
Oh, God. Speaking of stupid.
Well, she's asked in there, she talks about 3 subjects. I forget what the 3 subjects are, but one of them is phones in schools. And the guy asked her if she thinks schools should ban phone usage. And she really doesn't think so, but instead of just saying that, she goes, I actually think it should be up to each school. And her reasoning for it is what really tripped me out, because it's not, child distraction or anything like that. It's not actually like a freedom thing. Like, hey, they own phones, they should have. No, it's not that. It's because in the 90s, schools banned beepers, and a couple of kids had bad interactions with the police over beepers. I'm like, what?
What?
Do y'all know what the whole beeper thing was? It was drug related. They didn't want people to have their beepers in school because they were drug related. And that's not the same as, hey, put your phone down and pay attention to us talking about whatever Holocaust Anna Kasparian thinks is important.
All of them except the Young Turks.
All except for the Young Turks. Yeah, personally, I don't think phones they're not necessary in school. It's amazing, Jack. You and I grew up and we went to school every day and did so without a phone next to us.
Yeah, but
if
it makes cheating so much easier.
If our mom needed to get a hold of us, they'd call the office, and then the office would be like, can you send Frank down? He's got to talk to mom. You could get a hold of your kid. It wasn't that hard.
Yeah, you kind of knew where they were. I mean,
yeah. There's no good reason for kids to have. The only good reason for kids to have phones in schools is so schools don't have to have computers for them to look shit up on.
Yeah.
And if it was a cost saving measure, maybe I would go for it. But I don't think that's what they're actually getting at. You know, it's very much the same with like in workplaces. It's amazing how many workplaces used to be like no phones, and now people are on their phones constantly at work. Oh, is Lady Monkey up already? She must have got the text about the bat. Oh, it means I'm going to have to go help get rid of a bat.
Did the bat text you?
No, my son did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, get him in on it. Be like, go catch it, boy.
He was trying to. Oh. He was trying to. He was having trouble doing it, so.
Well, tell him to use a tennis racket or broom.
That one that I got out of my house that one day, I did that with a baby carrier.
Oh, I used 2 tennis rackets to sandwich them in.
No,
it's like a panini maker.
It kept flying at my head, and the only thing that I could find that I could swing, Little Butt had this doll that came in a little baby carrier, and the baby carrier was down sitting next to me. And I picked that thing up, and that bat flew at me, and I teed off it like Sammy Sosa, man. Doof. I believe that stream is still up. You can hear it. That is a loud crack. I went back and listened to it. I'm like, oh wow, that's louder than I remembered it.
Right?
But he kept buzzing me, little fucker. If he'd left me alone, I probably would have left him alone until later, and then I'd have got him out of the house the proper way.
Well, maybe you should have stood more still.
I was sitting still. I was in the middle of a stream.
Were you?
I was. That's why it's on
animated, flailing around, not looking like a stalactite.
What stream is this? It's a stream from years and years and years ago.
Oh, yeah,
I did not kill that bat, by the way. It's illegal to kill bats.
Yeah, bats are endangered. Do not kill them. Capture only.
They're not endangered, and fuck bats, but
I agree.
Yeah, you're not allowed to kill them. And I did not kill that bat. He was alive when he left my house. Put up a net. I got to figure out where they're getting in at so we can get it taken care of, because I honestly, I don't know where they're coming in from. There's no holes or anything that I can find on my house.
That you know of.
That I know of, yeah. BB gun does not equal a firearm. Oh, that's from way long ago. That's what happens when I read chat. I heard you asked the bat for ID and it freaked the fuck out. I mean, we've had birds and bats get in the house before, and usually they don't fly right at you. But that guy, he was like trying to get killed. I think he was trying to have suicide by monkey, and I didn't give it to him.
It was a Japanese bat?
I don't know what the fuck he was.
Kamikaze.
What eats bats? Because I need to get some.
Dragons? I don't know.
I need a dragon.
I think we all need a pet dragon.
Wasn't that on Lords of the Night? I don't believe. Was it a Lords of the Night? I don't know if it was. I know
I
SDA
think
was
it
there.
was. Yeah,
and
Scribe was there because he kept trying to help.
I don't remember Scribbles being there. I remember SDA and Pat. Those were the two I know are on there.
I was in chat that night because I was laughing my ass off about that. But I was there most nights, so that doesn't help at all.
I need the link for this. Good luck, because that's
buried in the lore.
Asians eat bats. I should find me some Asians.
Yeah, some Chinese. Then you might accidentally end up starting COVID 2026.
Then we'll get SARS-CoV-3, and that's a whole thing I don't really want to deal with.
Right?
Yeah. No, it did happen live on stream. Fucking bat. Fucking hate bats. I really do. Birds, at least I can, get around and just fluff. Bats, I don't like. They're ugly. They're flying little mice. No, thank you.
Birds tend to try and get out of the house too, whereas bats are like, look at this cool cave I found.
Yeah.
I get rid of this ogre, I'll be cool.
One of the funniest things with bats is my brother's second wedding. I arrive at the church and I go down to the basement where the guys are all getting ready, and there's a dead bat in the sink because my brother's soon-to-be father-in-law beat it to death with his shoe.
Oh my God.
Yeah, a bat got in and he's like, not on my little girl's wedding day.
There's some kind of symbolism there I'm not sure about, but yeah. Oh, Pat says he remembers that stream.
Yep. Flying foxes are adorable. They're not foxes. Are you actually talking about a real thing? If you're talking about bats, the little flying rats is what they are.
Yeah, that's what their name comes from, the Fledermaus.
There's a dead bat in the sink. It knows what it did, right? There's a reason we tried to weaponize bats in World War II. This is another thing I'm blaming women on, because women are the ones who are like, the poor little bats are all getting killed. They're little disease-spreading freaks.
Yeah.
And there's people like, I'll keep them. They get rid of the mosquitoes. Not these ones, because there's mosquitoes all over the fucking place. That bat should be too fat to fly if he actually ate mosquitoes. Oh, they look exactly like they're supposed to. Ugly. Because, yeah. Flying foxes are Australian bats. Do they actually look like foxes? Because bats don't look nothing like a fox. Foxes are cute. They're little scavenger shitbags, but they are cute.
Those little sugar gliders, they're super cute.
Jake Hooley got engaged. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations, man.
They look like a bat? Then yeah, kill them. They're gross. I don't know if you're allowed to kill them in Australia, but if you can. Anywhere you're allowed to kill bats, do it, because they're fucking gross.
If you accidentally kill a bat in Australia, blame a drop bear.
Bats have round teeth. I don't care. Fuck them. This is my house. That bitch ain't doing nothing good for me.
Most of the time when a bat hits you, it's because you moved. Because that's how they're like deer. They're trying to get around you by getting close to you, so that because up at close, it's kind of hard to maneuver and hit them.
Kind of. They're very fox-like. Look, you're never going to convince me that a flying little rat is cute, because they're not. They're gross.
I'll look up flying foxes. I'm going to see what they look like.
Don't fuck bats. That's how you get COVID. True.
They're definitely cuter than American bats. That's for sure.
Bats are fucking gross, man.
They're very disease riddled.
Monk, that's bullshit. You stayed still. I did. I really do think there was something wrong with that bat that was in my house, because he was doing flybys right by me, and I'm sitting dead still.
Monkey's the only person that gets a retarded bat in their house.
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck those things. I don't like bats. You know what's weird? Nobody gets mad when I'm like, I killed a mole, but you kill a bat and people are like, oh, it's so cute. Like, no, it's not. It looks like a fucking mole with wings on it.
I mean, bats are cooler than moles because they fly.
Are they?
Well, not a lot, no. But if I had to choose which one was to be the destroyer, it wouldn't be a mole or a vole.
Dung beetles fly. It doesn't make them cool.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. Hello, guys. What's up?
How's it going, Digi?
It was a Renaissance bat gathering information, a reconnaissance bat. I don't know what he was doing, man. I don't like bats. Anyway, it's like snakes, man. I don't like snakes. You know why I don't like snakes? Because they don't move naturally.
Oh, yeah.
You shouldn't be able to move like that. That's some weird shit.
Yeah, well, and they do kill people.
There's that part of it too.
Yeah, they bite stuff. They try and corrupt women by giving them apples or telling them to eat them.
People who like snakes are like, they're misunderstood. Like, that thing is fucking weird. You should hit it with a stick.
Yeah, it's sort of ingrained evolutionarily into us as primates to not trust snakes. And people that love snakes, I don't trust them because they're not hardwired correctly.
Yeah, that's yeah, when I go down to my father-in-law's house, usually I go into the lake and do a lot of swimming. I probably won't do that this time because last time I was there, he was telling me about the moccasins that were in the water. I'm like,
oh yeah. Ooh, no, you don't want to mess with water moccasins.
No, thanks. I'll be on the shore watching you guys.
When I was in Boy Scouts, we killed one. We were standing there and somebody said, "What? Hey, look, a snake!" And somebody yelled, "That's a moccasin!" So we beat it to death with sticks, and we took what was left of it to the scout leader, and he's like, "Oh, that's a water moccasin. Good job, kids."
See, you guys had the right idea. You saw a snake and you beat it to death with a stick. That's what you should do.
Like we learned from our glorious Irish saints that you chase the snakes out, right? You just beat them to death or whatever. Well, maybe that was a Simpsons episode. I don't know. But yeah, snakes are meant to be killed because they're evil.
The last snake that I saw on my property lost his head to a shovel.
Right? Beat it to death with sticks, axe, and hammer. That'd have been funny. Come here, Sticks. That's how he chipped his tooth. No, we didn't get a merit badge for it. It was lame.
Yeah, I did not pull the thing that I did with Amy on the snake. I took the shovel and right in, and his head popped right off. It was cute.
Yeah, look, snake meat is not that bad, but I don't trust them. I don't trust their meat. I don't trust snakes, and they're like scorpions. It's better just to kill it and worry about it later.
The same shovel that hit Amy? No. This is years and years later.
That's a smacking shovel. It's like a vorpal sword. If he rolls a 17, he beheads snakes.
Bats are harmless. They eat bugs. I have spiders for that.
I'm starting to think monkeys shouldn't be allowed to own shovels.
That's hey, Lady Monkey wanted it to be dead, and it did try getting in my house. In my defense, so yeah, he deserved to die.
Yeah,
it is weird. When we first moved here, there were snakes and frogs and what other little creatures were around? But they've all disappeared. I only killed one snake, so I didn't kill them all. We used to have frogs that would sit under our outdoor light and feed themselves until they got fat. But the frogs disappeared and then the snakes. So I'm doing something right. I'm getting rid of all the gross things on my property.
Yeah, well, just throw some poison out.
And for anybody like, frogs are cute. Shut up, you're retarded.
Frogs, I don't trust them either. I don't trust reptiles. That's why I worry about reptilians being real. Don't trust them.
In fairness,
V.
Little tree frogs can be cute, but once they get into the size where you can actually pay attention to them and not step on them on accident, they're fucking gross. Monk has one shovel for snakes and one for women. That's right.
Yeah, it's like having a digging shovel and a coal shovel,
Yes.
Spade and a digging shovel.
You eat frog legs over there? Not here. I'm in America. I don't eat that shit.
We're not French. There's a place not far from me that serves frog legs, and it's like, why? What a waste of money.
Frogs aren't reptiles. That's true. They're amphibians.
Whatever. They're reptilian enough.
Dixie, thanks for dropping links. Guys, brought to you by you. Tell your friends, your family, that bitch you hate. Get them here watching because it's always a fun time. And you never know what I'm going to insult that you like next.
That's true. That's true. We do insult things quite a lot.
So we do eat frogs in America. Some people do. It's gross though.
Yeah.
And they're like, it tastes like chicken. Eat a fucking chicken. There's tons of them.
I was going to ask you, kind of a irrelevant side tangent, but we seem to have drifted into that territory. Did you see any of Penguin Zero's latest videos?
I started to watch one of them right before the show where he was talking about AI.
Did you see the Scalpers episodes?
No.
Okay, he's been talking a lot about Pokemon scalpers.
Sure, yeah.
And
I do know that's a big topic with him.
Yeah, and those videos are something else. Like he played one earlier in another video where a guy flashed a gun to try and keep people from getting closer to the machine. And I was like, man, that's getting a little out of hand. But apparently there's a Pokemon scalper that decided to branch out, and apparently this has become a trend. They're buying up those like collectible popcorn things you could get at the movie theaters.
Yeah.
I was like, you're scalping. That's a incredibly niche market. You went from a trading card game to popcorn buckets, collectible popcorn buckets. What a weird investment.
Who's buying the popcorn buckets from him?
I don't know. Like, do you really need like a Buzz Lightyear or R2D2 or Galactus head that can hold popcorn? Like, what's the collectability of that? Like, maybe it looks cool, but do you really want to pay like $80 to $100 for one of those?
I got a collectible popcorn tin when we went and saw either Infinity War or Endgame. I don't remember which one it's from. It's still in the plastic it came in. Sitting on a shelf behind me, just collecting dust.
Yeah, see, I could see like a display piece, like maybe you got one, but this guy bought like a dozen of these Buzz Lightyear ones. I'm like, are you really going to be able to sell those? Because they're expensive. Like that Castle Grayskull one I saw, which was really cool. I'd probably buy that, but I'd pay like $30 for it, right? The thing was like $50. I'm like, fuck no, I'm not paying anywhere near that. I can impulse shop and justify 20 or $30. Fine. I'm dumb with money sometimes, and it's a one-time thing. But why would I pay like $100 for that? What are you, retarded?
I guess I'm stuck at who's going online looking for, hey, Buzz Lightyear popcorn tin.
Yeah, it's not even metal. It's plastic.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Like, what a waste of money. Dude, if you want to throw money in the trash, just give it to me. I'll take your money and tell you bought some trash. Like, oh, you bought some junk. You didn't win this time. And it's gone.
Someone get him $50. I don't understand. Look, when it comes to the Pokemon thing, I kind of get it because there's tards out there who are paying way too much for Pokemon cards.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And scalpers are dicks.
I mean, are they scalpers or are they entrepreneurs?
They could be both. I mean, if you're trying to make a career out of being a douchebag, though, because I have, in real life, seen somebody walk up to the counter at the Dollar General in my area and bought all the Pokemon stuff. And it was like $400 worth of stuff. After that, they instituted a limit 2 rule. because you're kind of ripping off kids. Like, it's a child's game. You're like 40. What are you doing?
I hear you. But I'm of the opinion whoever gets there first, it gets there first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of on the fence because I get that and I understand that point, and I largely agree with you. But at the same time, I don't like these people because they're almost always assholes.
Sure.
So, my only hope is that they're opening all the packs trying to get rare cards and they don't get any. So that, like Jeremy, like, oh, I got a whole case here and I spent $10,000 on these Pokemon cards. Didn't get a single chase card at all. A bunch of like $5 cards. And he just got really drunk on stream and made me laugh hysterically.
You're right about, they're ripping off kids because kids want the Pokemon cards, but by that same thing, it's not like kids have a right to the Pokemon card.
No, I agree, but the reasonable thing to do is to create a limit on it. Like, you can only have up to 5.
But why?
That's what I think Meyer's rule is. Well, that way everybody gets a chance to get them, and you can always just leave and come back and get 5 more.
I blame Pokemon for this because if they look, it's literally just printing cards. There's nothing special about it.
Oh no, it's gambling. It's absolutely gambling.
If Pokemon flooded the market, there's this huge market for this stuff. Increase the supply and see what happens.
Yeah, that's the real solution here. Is that the Pokemon company needs to print more cards so that there's a saturation. And it worked for baseball in the 90s. They still made an assload of money, and now all those cards are worthless.
Imagine those same assholes who go in there and they buy up everything, and as they're walking out, they see you restocking the shelf to completely full.
Yeah, and Charlie made a good point. He's like, if people would stop buying this stuff from these retards, they would not have any money to go get more. They would stop selling them at exorbitant prices.
Yeah,
because this new set came out, and it's like $15 for this box set thing, and people are selling them for $60. That's ridiculous, but I guess there's a market for it. So if you're dumb enough to pay that much money, you deserve to lose your money, I guess. So just how about this? Look at your little munchkin that's like, Mommy, I want Pokemon cards, and be like, no, you get Yu-Gi-Oh! Because nobody wants that shit.
Evolve says, by that same logic, scalpers don't have a right to buy them all. If the store wants to do a limit, that's their prerogative. Sure it is. The store though, if I'm the owner of the store, right, what I want to do is sell all my products. And if somebody wants to buy all of one product, it seems counterintuitive to my business model to be like, sorry, bro, you can only have 5.
Yeah, that's why I'm on the fence about it. Like, I could see both sides of it, and I like money a lot, but at the same time, I don't like douchebags buying a bunch of stuff and ripping other people off at exorbitant prices, because there's something kind of scummy about it, and it's always people that I don't like that I see doing it. So I think it's mostly just a bias toward the people that are doing it more than anything else, because they tend to be kind of douchebags, and if they were nicer, maybe it wouldn't be so big of a deal.
Does anybody actually buy those popcorn buckets? I'd be interested to see. I'm sure there's some collectors out there. I mean, there used to be a huge collector's market for McDonald's toys.
Yeah, that kind of collapsed. Just like Hummel figures and Beanie Babies. I got a whole box full of McDonald's toys that my mom had laying around. At some point, I'm going to open them all on a stream or something.
Our local Walmart limits how many packs you can buy. Limiting how many packs you can buy is not going to lower the price that people are charging for the chase cards.
No, but it will restrict, it'll distribute a little more broadly so that the kids can get some. So I understand why the stores are doing that now, because so many people are complaining that there's no packs for their kids. So, and now, Our local Meijer had such a problem with it because people were stealing the cards. They had to move them all behind the service desk.
Yeah.
So now you have to be embarrassed by walking up, being like, "I'd like some Pokemon cards." Sir, you're 40. Stop.
They're Pokemon cards. You're gonna sell them all, but why please only one client when you can please a lot? As the store, I would just order more cards. The buyer is gonna eventually hit a limit.
Yeah.
Sure, you're gonna please a couple more people with it, but it's not helping the whole market. The problem behind the market is what people are paying for the rare cards. So instead of this guy going in and buying, let's say, what 5 packs, somebody said at their local Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's going to have 5 friends go in with him. They're still getting 30 packs.
These people don't have friends. They're adults buying Pokemon cards.
You'd be amazed.
That's horrifying. I don't want to know that. They should probably have their hard drives checked.
There's a lot of these kind of people, and they'll go to different stores too. They don't mind the drive. So, yeah. But if stores want to limit them, go ahead and limit them, but you're not really solving any problems with that.
I just think that these people are kind of scumbags. Real quick though, thank you, Tyrai, for that feminist donation. My sister-in-law is a reseller, so I had her come over and shop in my storage bin. It seems 16-year-old Transformers sell. Yeah, older Transformers are worth some money.
It's because the newer ones look like shit.
They're made of crappy plastic. The older ones looked way better. I don't know if they're using like shittier molds, but it's not even good plastic. It's like designed to be shit. Like, I don't want to buy something and it's like a step above Bakelite. You know, like, oh, this was crafted in 1942. It's garbage.
What happens if a kid gets like $100 for his birthday and he wants to go to Walmart and spend all his money on Pokemon cards, and they have to be like, nah, sorry, bro, there's a limit of 5.
Yeah, fuck that kid.
Fuck that kid.
See what I mean, though? Because I'm on the fence because I just don't like those guys that do it. Like, there was one video I was watching where it was this guy that had come up after the scalper left. The guy had opened all the packs, pulled out the rare cards, and threw everything else in the trash can. And this dude that's filming pulled all the cards out and gave them to this kid that couldn't get any packs. He's like, here's some cards. Gave him this huge stack of cards that he pulled out of the trash.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was like, all right, at least that is a little better. Like, I don't have a problem with that. And that kid was excited because he didn't give a shit about rares or anything like that. He just wanted some cards.
I just don't understand the hatred towards the people who are just making money off of dumb people willing to pay a bunch of money for a card.
It's because they act like douchebags when they're doing it. Like, that dude flashed a gun. I mean,
did he walk up, grab the cards and flash a gun, or did somebody start giving him shit over it?
No, he was standing in line at the machine and he didn't want anyone else near him. So, because he wanted first dibs on the machine. So he pulled his shirt up, showed the gun, and the kid and the adult that were in line next backed up.
I'll have to see this video.
Yeah, it's on one of Charlie's videos. You can watch it.
Because I saw him with one where there was a guy who was buying from a machine, and these other people started giving him shit, and he got very insulting, and then there's a fight. And in that case, the guy was still being a douchebag, but if they'd left him alone, he'd have left them alone.
Yeah. Look, I don't think it's necessary to start insulting each other at the machine because you're already a sad, pathetic adult going to a Pokemon vending machine. So calling each other names, I mean, it's like a retard slap fight. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm really on the fence about this. Is why I'm springboarding off of you here.
See, I feel the same way I did about the people who bought up hand sanitizer during the pandemic. So many people are like, they're gouging at the hand sanitizer. So He got to the store before you did. He had more money before you did. You want that thing? It's his price now, or you can wait till more comes in. If they'd have left that guy alone who filled up his one warehouse with hand sanitizer, he'd have just ate all of that.
Yeah, and there were some people that did too. They got screwed with that.
Yeah.
I think the real bad guy here is the Pokemon trading card company because they're the ones limiting the supply. They're throttling it and creating this unnecessary riotous demand when they could be making more money off of all these rubes. Because those packs are ridiculously expensive to begin with. They're like $5-6 a piece.
Tyra, I thank you. The leg. Oh, I'm gonna have to go over here to read this one. If the Pokemon company was smart, they don't have to increase the. They could actually make the rarity even more rare by just making 100,000 more regular packs that don't have the rare in it. Tyra, I thank you. The Lego CMFs are the same way. At least there is an app that shows what is in the blind box. Then I will give the rare ones to my nephews if they want them. This is one of the trends as a kid that if I was a kid, I'd never got on this trend, the mystery box trend.
Yeah.
So many toys now are sold like you might get one that you like. And I'm more of the no, I'm going to buy the one that I like kind of thing. Because I can't imagine going to try to buy a Star Wars toy. I want a Star Wars action figure, and I'm going to randomly pick a Star Wars egg and get Grand Moff Tarkin in that thing instead of Luke or Han.
Right? I have another Grand Moff Tarkin. That's 8, man.
I don't understand the appeal of that. Because I know it's the gambling thing. I get that.
Yeah,
but
it's absolutely gambling. Look, it's
as
fun
a kid,
to open those. But as a kid, I'd be pissed.
Don't you want the good one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I blame women for that actually because it was always like the girl toys didn't sell. Like the Fantastic Four never had the Invisible Woman because nobody cared for that. They're like, she can show. She'll be over here. I don't know. We're not buying that toy. So they're like, well, how do we include all of them? So yeah, I don't know. I think they're fun to open as an adult, but I have no vested interest in most of the stuff I'm opening. I'm like, oh, that one looks neat. This one's dumb. But I would, if I want a specific one, I'd just go on eBay and buy that one.
Yeah,
it's gonna save you a lot of trouble.
My granddaughters like the little egg things, and then they get them like the minis. Do you know what the minis are? The mini brands.
Oh yeah. I did. I just filmed a couple of videos of those.
That one I get a little bit more because it's not something you actually play with. It's more of
it's a display piece.
Display piece, yeah.
Yeah.
But if I'm getting a toy, because I going into GameStop or going into Walmart and they'll have little Spider-Man toys. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then it's like, it's a loot box. Like, I don't fucking care. Because even as an adult, I'm looking at him like, if I want that, I want Spider-Man. I don't want to pull out the Scorpion, you know?
But you love Scorpion.
I don't. I think he's a lame villain, and I think it's really going to hurt this latest Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to make that guy cool.
Yeah.
We do have a request, since you'll be on vacation during Donald's nephew's birthday. Can we do a song for Bodie?
For Bodie?
Yeah, B-O-D-Y.
Isn't that Body?
No, I would think that's Bodie.
That's Body.
No, that's not a name. Bodie's a name.
Is Bodie a name?
Yeah.
I've never heard of anybody called Bodie before.
I've only heard of 2, one of which was in the Photon live action series back in the early 90s.
Anyway, yeah, Bodie, this is for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bodie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. And if Jack's wrong about how you pronounce your name, I told him so.
Yeah, it's going to be the first time I've been wrong about something in the last 20 minutes.
Happy birthday. I hope you have a good one. I really do.
Absolutely. Everybody should have a good birthday.
I'm superhero movied out. I get that. But see, I'm not. I'm not Spider-Man out. I still like Spider-Man, and I am interested to see the new movie. I'm just not as willing to see movies. Like I watched the original Thor movie. I have zero interest in Thor. He's never interested me as a character.
Yeah, I agree.
But when it came time for the movie, oh yeah, I'll watch that. I'm not that anymore. No.
Look,
I get you.
That movie was actually kind of fun.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah, the first one. And it actually made me kind of like the character because it's like, all right, they actually did a good job making him interesting. After that, it was all downhill, but at least they put the effort in. But anymore, I'm just going to wait and watch it at home because then I can, trick one of my friends into buying it on DVD, or if I hear rave reviews about it, especially from chat, because these guys are smarter, then I'll pick it up and watch it. But I don't have to pay $20 then. I can get a DVD for like $10 most.
I'm not going to the theater. I probably won't for this. I did for what was the last one? Was it No Way Home?
Yeah.
I did see that one in theater. I didn't see Far From Home in the theater. I very rarely go to the theater. It's just too expensive.
No, I saw Masters of the Universe because I got a free ticket. Before that, it was like Deadpool and Wolverine and Nosferatu. And those are the last I've seen in a long time in the theater. It's probably been a few years other than those three.
Well, yeah, movies have... It's not worth the expense.
Yeah. Well, you pay $20 just to get in the door anymore. I mean, they've come down a little bit in my area, but you're still paying, let's say, $10-15 to see a movie. And then you have to get, if you're with somebody, then you got to pay theirs too, most likely. Then you're looking at snacks, unless you're smart, sneak them in. And you're going to deal with people talking on their phone, talking to each other. There's no decorum anymore. And most of the time, the movie sucks.
Our theaters tend to be... I've never had a bad person in one of my theaters, so that's not even why. For me, it's all the expense. I can wait a couple of months, watch it at home. I don't even have to leave my house to get it anymore. For much cheaper than it would have cost me and Lady Monkey to go watch it in the theater. And then I can watch it forever. How
will you get your limited edition popcorn bucket?
Easily. There's a dude on eBay selling them for me. I've never got anything at a theater like that. Like I said, I do still have my one tin, but that's just because I forgot it was there until this came up and I turned back and looked and it's still sitting there.
You know what I really miss? McDonald's used to do this, and so did theaters. Collector's cups.
See, that's what I was kind of getting at, because when we went to Phantom Menace when it first comes out, right? Was it McDonald's that had those weird fucking lids of the people's faces of their heads?
I think those were Taco Bell.
Maybe it was Taco Bell, yeah. You know what we did with those? We threw them all away.
I've still got the toppers, but not the cups.
We just threw away the last ones the last time Lady Monkey rearranged the kitchen. We found some in the back of a cabinet. They were never used other than when we first got them, and they came with the cup.
Wow.
I've never used any of that shit. Now, the exception to that is like the actual glasses, like when McDonald's used to have those really cool ones that turned out to be lead lined.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Shrek glasses or the Batman ones from way back when they actually had the texture to them. Those ones were cool. The Flintstone ones were really cool.
Yeah, the Batman Forever and the Flintstones ones where it was like embossed or whatever. You could it was popped out. Yeah. I sold a whole bunch of those at the last estate sale we had.
Those things were pretty cool. But again, they're not the size of glass I usually like. So they got used very rarely because they're small.
They're so small.
That's why the Shrek ones were good, because they were a decent size at least. And then they're like, yeah, they might have lead paint. Like,
what? What?
Yeah, that was the whole problem with them is lead.
Well, I've been emptying out one of the storage units, right? And I found a box that had a bunch of the Dream Team collector cups from one of the Olympics. They're just plastic, but they're huge. They're like 32 ounces. And yeah, I drink out of those now because they're worth like $1.
Thank you, Silver Teardrop, for becoming a member for month number 36. That is 3 full years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, Monkey Jack and chat. Good morning. Hope you're well.
Hell yeah.
No, when it comes to those collector things, they're really cool in the moment, but then the practical use of them is like, well, I can dust that again later.
Yeah. As a nerd, I have a bunch of these type of things laying around, and that's pretty much what happens.
I do have from the recent Mandalorian thing that they did with Burger King. The Mandalorian meal was really good.
Yes, it was. I only had it once. I missed it.
I only had it once.
I didn't get a collector cup.
I went back for a second time, and they're like, "Well, we only have 2 of the items." Like, well, then I don't want the meal, dumbass.
Yeah.
No, I have 3 of the cups, and the reason I have the cups is because they're the big 64 or 32, whatever they are, and I like those for drinking chocolate milk. Yes, I'm a glutton when I drink chocolate milk. I fill that fucker right to the top, and I will chug it. But I went to have chocolate milk one day and realized we didn't have any of those cups, and then we went to Burger King, and I got the Mandalorian meal, and they had that cup, and I was like, "Oh, I need more. I need chocolate milk cups." But see, I actually use those. It's not just to like. I don't even care about the Mandalorian, that fucking Boba Fett knockoff piece of shit. They tried to make Boba Fett gay, and they did with the Mandalorian.
They ruin everything.
I was watching something about the Mandalorian the other day, probably a pitch meeting, and I'm just looking at that like, that's just unpainted Boba Fett, man. That's a Warhammer model waiting to be painted properly. And that's literally all it is. It's like they take Boba Fett's armor and make it gray.
Yeah, it's the primer color.
Like, fuck off. 64-ounce, half gallon. I do believe it's a 32-ounce cup, but I could drink half a gallon of chocolate milk. By the way, I don't like chocolate milk bought already chocolate. Because for some, yeah, I'm going to insult everything tonight. I don't give a fuck. That stuff is too creamy. It's like somebody melted ice cream. And I actually like the texture of milk. Plus, when you buy it pre-mixed, it's like 2%. Yeah, because I'm buying chocolate milk. I'm really worried about my fucking health. Kind of fucking idiot was like, we need to have the chocolate milk be 2% to make it healthier. It's chocolate milk, fucker.
Right?
I'm adding sugar and chocolate to it. Do you really think I'm worried about my waistline?
Yeah, I mean, they don't understand that. It's bad enough serving sizes have gone down. Like, oh, here's your junior bacon cheeseburger. That's the size of a slider.
Right?
If I'm eating a junior bacon cheeseburger, I clearly don't give a shit about my health. Give me the big one, fuckers.
Yeah, I'm ugh.
I am looking up these collectible buckets now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, people want ridiculous amounts for this stuff. The Toy Story 5 Buzz Lightyear. What?
Hit me with a number.
Okay, Toy Story 5 Buzz Lightyear. What do you think that's going for? Popcorn bucket. Kind of lights up, I guess.
I'd be willing to pay nothing for that. So $15.
Sorry. That's about the shipping. Shipping was $10, and the buy it now price is $110.
For a fucking popcorn bucket that lights up?
Yep. Wait till you hear what Grayskull's going for. Cheapest one that I saw was about $100 with $35 shipping.
Jesus.
Some people have these on here for $144, $159, $120 seems to be about the average before shipping. But yeah, it's insane. If it was the size of the toy Castle Grayskull, maybe, but no.
You okay?
Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I just started coughing.
And this is a popcorn tin?
Popcorn bucket.
Bucket. Sorry, bucket. Yeah. I'm looking for a picture of this thing to see what. I mean,
it's cool looking. I mean, it's really cool, but I'm not paying $100. Like I said, I would drop 30 on it because I'm a big Masters of the Universe fan, and I've got all the Castle Grayskulls so far. But I am not paying anywhere near what they want for it.
I worry about the kind of people. See, this is why I brought up at the beginning of this, you know, the athlete who $5 million isn't enough, because there's people out here that are spending $100 on a Castle Grayskull thing, and they're like, I can't make rent.
Yeah.
Rent's too expensive.
If you're buying this stuff, you're probably going to be on financial audit in a few weeks.
Right. I can't imagine what you would do with this shit.
I'm imagining Caleb Hammer's reaction to that now. You bought a what?
Right?
Yeah, it's a display piece. How much of that shit do you really need?
Whatever happened to posters? They were like $5 and you could have anything, including
nobody does that
women.
anymore. There's not enough profit margin in that anymore.
No, I need
beautiful women for you, you misogynist.
You know what they need to do? I've just put two great ideas together. They used to have, like, remember the Farrah Fawcett poster in her bikini?
Oh, well,
yeah. They need a Funko Pop of that.
Oh, that's horrifying and nightmarish.
Right?
I thought you were going to go with a popcorn container and where her boobs are, the lid.
That would sell very well, actually.
Yeah. Oh, if they re-release Romeo and Juliet, they could. There's a scene in there where Juliet gives birth and her stomach bursts open like the alien scene, and it's all popcorn coming out.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was horrifying and disturbing. There's also a penis monster that runs around, but you could do a popcorn bucket out of Juliet giving birth.
Reminds me of that Super Size Me guy. I watched Casual Criminalist, although I don't think it's on the Casual Criminalist channel. Simon is the one who reads it, but I think it's on one of his side channels. But about McDonald's supersizing, I learned a couple of things. The guy who came up with supersizing is the same guy who realized if you sell popcorn in giant buckets at theaters, people will buy it.
Well, yeah. Have you seen people? They're fat.
He owned a movie theater, and he talked to them about why his sales were going down in vending and stuff. And they were like, well, it's not quite enough popcorn. He's like, well, why don't you buy a second one? And they're like, I don't want to look gluttonous. So he came up with the idea, just sell them a whole bunch right up front, and they don't mind looking like fat fucks.
Well, I mean, for me, the obstacle there would have been, I don't want to leave the theater and miss something cool to get another popcorn. Because I know as soon as I get up there, there's going to be 3 people ahead of me.
Yeah, mine would have been missing out. There've been a lot of near misses on the urine department when Monkey goes to the theater.
Right? And we're getting older. That ain't going to get any better.
Yeah. Didn't he die a few years ago? The supersized guy, I think he did.
Yeah, I want to say he died.
But McDonald's still maintains that they didn't get rid of supersizing because of him, and it was part of it. But that whole thing, if you guys have never looked up what a lying piece of scumbag shit that guy was, you really should.
Right? Ooh, movie catheters. Now there's an idea.
Yes.
Collectible movie catheters.
It's already a seat. Just make it like those seats for old people in convalescent homes where you can pull off the top and pee in it.
Yeah. Make it collectible. Charge people $80 apparently. They'll buy anything.
The Masters of the Universe porta potty.
Yeah, it's shaped like Snake Mountain.
Morgan Spurlock died in 2024. Good. I hope he's burning in hell.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He took away my supersized food.
I can never have a supersized vanilla shake again because of that asshole. I love this. a supersized vanilla shake on a hot day. Oh, it was so good. And now I got this little gay looking one that they put whipped cream on because women. And like, no, I don't want that shit.
Yeah, keep your pumpkin spice bullshit out of my real food. Gross.
I'm blaming women for a lot of shit today. I must have something on my mind.
Subconsciously, baby.
No, women are the ones that got all these fruity fucking drinks now. Everything's got to have whipped cream on top of it. Why? You can't drink whipped cream. You know that, right? Ugh. Just be men about it. Go buy yourself some Ready Whip in the can and shoot it into your mouth like a normal person.
Right?
Stop going to McDonald's back in the 95. I still like McDonald's. I eat there from time to time. The whole problem with supersize. Look, if you eat like he did, he doesn't tell you in there that he stopped working out, which he did. He doesn't tell you that he was eating the worst possible foods he could get. This is at a time when they're selling salads and he doesn't have a salad at all. It's like, I just put on a bunch of weight and my cholesterol went to shit. Well, yeah, you're eating the worst fucking food there. You're not supposed to do that on a daily basis, you moron. 3-hour stream. You're talkative today. I didn't even realize it had been 3 hours. So yeah. This is the best I've felt in quite a while. I still have a little bit of drainage happening on the right side here, but I feel pretty decent today. So yeah,
we've been missing a lot of days too. So we need to make up for lost time.
Plus, you guys are going to miss me for a whole week here because on Wednesday I leave and I won't be back till next Wednesday.
Yeah, Monkey's ditching us for his cool friends.
He was also drinking alcohol at the same time, despite saying he had stopped. Yeah, the guy was a fucking liar, and he got so many accolades for that. Yeah. There are other people who've tried to redo. There's one guy who redid his experiment and just ate like a normal person. He lost weight. Yeah, lowered his cholesterol. It's almost like if you overeat food, you're going to get fat.
Weird. If you're sedentary and you eat a shit ton, you're going to get chubby.
Yep.
Huh. And especially if your wife is a vegan chef. Hey, do you know what they call whipped cream in the UK? I learned this yesterday. They call it squirty cream.
Is that like really, or what? Just a euphemism?
Look it up. Squirty cream.
Saw people. What's with the TSA thing and the announcement about ranch? Are they having a problem with people coming over for the World Cup and trying to sneak ranch back to their country?
Yeah, that's a thing because they're learning the wonders of Hidden Valley. Apparently, we hit it too well.
For Alex, for his birthday one year, I sent him some Hidden Valley ranch because they can't get it over in England where he lives, and he loved it because ranch is good.
Yeah, because it's delicious. I've discovered that Europe hates itself so much they've deprived themselves of flavor.
I do think they might have a point when it comes to sweet stuff, because if you've ever watched those videos of English people like trying American snacks, they're like, holy fuck, there's a lot of sugar in this.
Yeah, that's called flavor.
There's
a reason we're all fat. They have diabetes.
Yeah, we've already exported that just without ranch and our good snacks. I do think a lot of American snacks need to be toned down on the sugar because look, I'm a fat guy who likes sugar, and sometimes I eat a candy bar and like, wow.
Yeah, I can't eat candy bars anymore, dude. It's very rare because they just, I was off them for so long, they just taste a little too rich.
Haggis has flavor, I guess.
Yeah, shit is a flavor. Dragon Mage confirmed they really call it squirty cream. Thank you, Dragon Mage.
I believe you. I was just wondering if that was a euphemism or if that's like what it says on the package.
It says it on the package.
I mean, they eat something called spotted dick, so I'm not shocked.
And the F word.
The ranch industry really does need to stop being so selfish and export itself to foreign countries.
Look, so much of our food needs marketed better. I was watching I've been on this kick of watching like all these Europeans and Asians eating our food and falling in love with it.
Yeah, yeah.
But the best was the Koreans because they thought that our barbecue was going to be more like theirs. And the look on this kid's face when he ate it, it was like ambrosia hitting his lips. He was just like, oh.
Reese's chocolate is horrible. You know what you should try if you haven't yet? Try the Reese's animal crackers. Oh, they're so good. You don't have much of the chocolate taste. It's almost all of the peanut butter taste. They're so good.
Yeah, I used to buy the Reese's peanut butter in a jar because they sell it as peanut butter.
Yeah.
It's really good, but man, that shit is terrible for you.
There's spotted dick is good pudding. Hey man, what you're putting in your mouth is between you and your God.
That's how you get monkeypox.
We were out to eat somewhere with my daughter, and we let the girls each pick their own dessert. And her middle daughter, which is my middle granddaughter of all of them, she ordered a triple chocolate cake. And it was fucking amazing. It's set down in front of her, and she picks up her little fork, and she gets herself a bite, and she puts it in her mouth. And immediately her eyes roll back in her head. She's It's like the best thing she ever tasted in her whole life. It was so cute. I prefer dark chocolate. I don't like dark chocolate. I don't like white chocolate. I like milk chocolate.
I don't mind white chocolate occasionally, but dark chocolate I can't do. That tastes weird.
White chocolate tastes like somebody explained to somebody what chocolate tastes like, and they did their best.
Yeah, but they did it in another language.
Yeah,
and the translation didn't go through successfully, and they didn't have all the ingredients. And they're like, "Yeah, good enough."
Yeah, I don't like dark chocolate for the same reason I don't like coffee. And Faithless hits it too bitter. Yeah, I don't like bitter flavors.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either. But one of the videos I saw where guys eating ribs, I think they were British, and this black dude that worked there came over. He's like, "What are you doing? Put the silverware down. Use your hands."
Right?
Like, get in there and work it. I think they enjoyed it more because of that. You have to get messy when you're eating certain foods.
Oddly enough, ribs are one of the few things I am notorious for. I should have a bib, basically.
yeah. I look like when I'm eating ribs, I might as well have a high chair. And
ribs are the only
attending
one.
To me.
Ribs are the only one I don't actually spill on myself. I don't know why. I think it's because I am hyper focused on making sure it doesn't drip on me or anything.
You don't want to lose any of it. You want to get it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Maw it all down. I get it.
I like dark chocolate, but I prefer milk chocolate. That's the right way to be.
That is the correct answer. Yes.
That's why I hate Valentine's candies, because you get this little box of candy, and forget the ones that are filled with toothpaste. Everybody knows those ones suck. But like this last year, Lady Monkey got me a little box of chocolates, and all of the caramels were dark chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, how am I going to peel this thing? I love dark chocolate. You're a chick, aren't you? I ain't never seen a guy be like, oh, I just love dark chocolate. That's a chick thing. I don't know why.
Like
I think it's something to do with their cycle. It's
oh yeah, it could be.
It's like the moon. It helps regulate their cycle. Peppermint is a sad second to spearmint. I'm a dude. I don't believe you. You said the girl words, man. You don't know.
Well, that could be a ploy to pick up chicks, though.
Could be. No, because they're not going to share their. Are you a dude the way that what's the forehead chick's name?
Elliot Page?
Yeah, the way Elliot Page is.
Oh, that's mean, dude.
No, I'm asking. I'm not judging. Women usually have the sweeter taste buds. How dare you? How dare you? They're women. Their taste buds are wrong, too. There's nothing right about them.
That's that pumpkin spice.
One of my granddaughters is going to listen to this years from now and go, what did Grandpa say?
They'll have a whole different perspective on Grandpa.
You just have women's taste, but no, I'm not. Oh, I'm not. I don't like super sweet stuff either. Like Lady Monkey, she likes decadent food. They're like, no, I can't eat that. That's just way too sweet. So they might have the sweeter taste, but I have savory taste buds. Give me a steak. That's my favorite flavor.
You just chug an A1 straight from the source.
You know that's made with anchovies, right?
What?
Wait, is that the one that's made with anchovies?
I don't know. I don't eat A1. That shit's a crime against steak.
I was transitioning for 6 to 7 years, but I detransitioned back. See, that's what got you. That's why you like it. Tried to be a woman and made you be like, I like dark chocolate. Damn it.
Yeah, I blame the doctors.
Me too. Evolve, thank you. Dark chocolate should be limited for cooking or baking with. Eating it by itself is terrible. Yeah, this is one of the things I don't understand about my wife, because she has that really, really sweet taste buds, but also likes really, really bitter stuff. Those don't go together. Like how can you like a really sweet cake with just dark chocolate in it? That's gross.
That does explain why women like to use cyanide, because it tastes like almonds.
Could be. I mean, they do like to poison more than other people.
Yeah. It could explain that. Worcestershire has anchovies. Gross. Another reason not to eat that shit. I can't pronounce it. It's gross.
Worcestershire.
Whatever.
It's easy to pronounce if you understand how the English don't pronounce anything worth the shit.
I think I have too many teeth.
As Americans, we see like Shire as Shire, and they're like, sure. Like that's not what it says, fucker. This is your language. How are you so bad at it?
I prefer things like crisps for my snacks. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Chips and man, if I could eat French fries all day, by the way, I probably would.
I do like sweet stuff now and then. It's just I'd much rather have like chips and dip than candy. Full Metal Joker, thank you so much. Have you seen Toby Turner went from chicken in a biscuit to arch commander of the deportation forces? LOL.
Wow.
What? I don't understand any of that sentence. One, chicken in a biscuit is a good cracker, and you should eat it.
I don't trust that. It's like chicken and waffles.
Look, it doesn't taste like chicken or a biscuit, but whatever that flavor is, I like it.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't trust it because it's not chicken or a biscuit. And it's really good with cheese on it, so I can't trust that.
It's Shire if it's on its own. It's sure if it's at the start or if it's part of a word. Yeah, but that's not how the language should work. You can't teach people phonics if we change how sure is said in the middle of a word.
Starlight, I trust you on that, but I'm going to remember that for all of 30 seconds before my brain says I don't need that anymore. So I will fuck that up again in probably 10 minutes.
Salty, citrus, and bitter. Yummy. Is this why women give blowjobs? Because they're like, I like that flavor.
Only if you had some pineapple juice beforehand.
I've never tried it myself. And that's not me just being like, oh, I wouldn't do it. Nah, because it's gross. It's like my dick sneezed. But
gross.
But there's women out there who are like, I love it. Like, what part? I'm just curious. Like how bomb totally sounds like womb or tomb. Yeah, I mean, look, we just fuck with kids when it comes to phonics and a lot of our words. But we could simplify the language a lot. You really only need that different spelling in writing so that people know what you're talking about. Because like if I say read, right? You're not like, does he mean red? No, that's contextual. You know, you don't need that in speaking. And I feel like we should be able to do that in writing as well. You can get context clues from what's written around it, right?
They don't teach kids that anymore. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Monkey, what yeah, I've said a lot of shit in the last minute.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure half the audience is irritated with us by now. Thank
Hey,
you.
what's something you guys like that I haven't insulted yet?
Yeah, please tell us your favorite things so that we can shit all over it. Thank you, Evolved Potato. I don't know why Americans pronounce Shire like
Like
that.
Shire?
When it's English, they can pronounce it correctly when they say New Hampshire. Because a lot of people say New Hampshire too.
Because most of the time we've heard New Hampshire long before we've ever seen it written. That's why.
Yeah.
Now insult bacon. I actually like bacon, but I'm not going to insult bacon itself because bacon is good. But the next motherfucker that tries to feed me beef bacon or turkey bacon, I'm going to punch in the nuts because that's not bacon.
No, the real insult is Canadian bacon.
I don't mind Canadian bacon. I realize Canadians are a little bit retarded, so you gotta give them that thing. I like ham, so
no, fuck that. Canadian bacon is
ham.
Is the Timu version of bacon. It's not real bacon, and it probably has something poisonous in it.
It's ham. As long as you look at it like ham, it's fine. Beef bacon is good. It's not bacon though.
Yeah, beef bacon is kind of good, but
yeah.
Thank you, Della.
No. Canadian bacon is good. You just can't look at it like bacon. If you go to eat a piece of Canadian bacon and you're like, "Ooh, this is going to taste like bacon," then you're just setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, why don't they just call it fried ham then?
That's like saying, hey, she's going to be just as pretty when she washes all that makeup off.
Yeah, well, we all know it's a lie, but that doesn't make it okay.
That's fair. That's fair. No, the real insult is vegetarian food squished into the shape of meat products. I don't understand why vegetarians want meat products. I mean,
they're trying to trick the rest of us. That's why
meat products are good, but they're like, I know this is a beef burger made out of Brussels sprouts. Like
it tastes exactly the same. No, it doesn't. It never tastes like it. Danish
bacon, is that a real thing?
I've never heard of Danish bacon. Is that a sex thing? I don't know.
That does kind of sound like a sex move.
Yeah,
like
I pulled
the old Danish bacon.
on her.
I don't know anything about Danes to make that joke any funnier. Sorry, guys.
Have you seen how they make turkey bacon? It's schlop, which Show Food Network had it on. Gross. No, I don't want to know how it's made because it's probably involves a press of some kind.
Here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff that's gross if you look at how it's made. Just don't look at how it's made. If you enjoy it, eat it. Just like if I'm insulting something you like, don't let that make you not like it. Please still enjoy what you like.
Yeah, we're just kind of fucking around anyway.
I have my own thoughts on pretty much everything, and most of them are apparently insulting.
What do you think of the McRib?
I love McRib.
Oh, gross.
I fucking love McRib. I've even bought the little ribs you can buy at the store and made my own because I love McRibs.
That's fucking disgusting.
No, I don't delude myself into thinking it's any kind of rib. I mean, there've been people like tried suing McDonald's saying it's not real ribs. I'm like, you never thought it was ribs, you lying fucking shitbag.
Yeah, if you thought that was real ribs, then Monkey's got some bridges.
Yeah. And I think we've gotten way too much of that in this society where the people who tried suing Subway over their foot-long sandwiches only being 11.5 inches. I'm like, really?
Yeah. It's too easy to be litigious. They're always filing over frivolous nonsense. And that's now, if you file a frivolous lawsuit like that, you should have to pay for the other person's lawyers.
McRib might be relatively decent if the pork was good, but it usually isn't. If you can taste the pork, you're not eating it right. It should be slathered in the sauce.
Yeah, it should be like a slightly stiff sauce. Ugh,
yeah,
gross.
I look at the McRib and the barbecue sauce on that same way I look at ranch dressing and pretty much anything I put it on. I'm not really interested in the underlying food, but it's kind of considered a faux pas to just drink ranch dressing.
Give me a shot of that Hidden Valley.
Yeah, so it's more of a delivery system than, me caring about that. You just got to be careful because if you put it on the wrong stuff, it will ruin the flavor. So,
yeah, the flavor of the ranch, not the other food. That's what he's saying.
Gammon is better than bacon. What the fuck is gammon?
I don't know. Isn't that a bad guy in the Mario universe?
I think so. No, that's in Zelda, and that's Ganon.
Oh, my bad.
What is gammon? Oh, what is that? That looks like ham. That's ham.
Is that
Bro.
another ham?
What is this? It's a cut of meat from the hind leg of a pig. It's ham.
It's leg ham.
That's ham. I don't know what y'all. Why are you trying to lie to me about foods?
There's 4 parts of a pig: the snout, the ham, the bacon, and the feet.
Yep, that's it.
That's it. That's how pigs are made.
McSponge. I don't know where that came from. It's a bit of a faux pas to drink ranch out of the bottle. I'm sorry. I thought you lived in America. I do, but I still, I don't want people thinking I'm weird, so I put it on raw hot dogs.
I don't want people thinking I'm weird. That's why I don't tell my friends I'm on this podcast.
Let's be honest in the chat. How many of you would think it was weirder that I drank ranch out of a cup? Which I don't, which I would, but I do lick the plate clean sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you about that.
Are we talking shot glass or are we talking like martini glass?
Let's go with shot glass. Just
shot glass.
Is it weirder to just drink a shot glass of Hidden Valley Ranch or to put it on uncooked hot dogs?
I think it's weird to put it on the hot dogs, if I'm being honest.
Thank you. See, it's a weirder thing, but it seems to be more socially acceptable because I'm putting it on something rather than just drinking it.
Oh, it was Luna's birthday yesterday.
Luna, it was your birthday, and around here, we do this. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Luna. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I hope you had a good one. I really do.
Heck yes.
My sister drinks ketchup. That's kind of nasty.
Yeah, that's gross. That's very acidic.
The older I get, the less I like ketchup. I don't think they make it the same way as when I was a kid.
No, they put all that high fructose corn syrup and various other sugars in it.
Well, it was tasting fine to me until people started pointing that out and they started like taking it down. So maybe I need more of the sugar in mine.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I only eat ketchup with French fries. Every now and then somebody will put like if you order a burger or something, it'll have some on it. Yeah. But I try and get mustard on there to cover up the taste.
Canadian ketchup is different. What the fuck is Canada doing?
Apparently, they're just being contrarian.
We call it mustard. They call it Canadian ketchup. It's more like acid now. Yeah. It's very acidic these days.
A lot of things are.
I wonder if they've changed the normal tomato that they use for it.
They probably use some of those like genetically modified tomatoes just to piss us off. Like they're like the sad freak ones that nobody wants to buy in the store because they're shaped weird.
I had a Coke the other day with sugar instead of corn syrup. So much nicer.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the point where I can't really tell the difference. Like I since I drink diet, I don't get the aftertaste from diet. Trying both the zero sugars and the regulars, the only difference to me is how sweet they taste.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times that comes down to the delivery too, because out of a bottle tastes different than out of a fountain, out of a can tastes different. So,
yeah. I'm a big fan of the Mexican Coke. It's less of that sugary sweet because they use cane sugar. It's more subdued. and I don't get nearly as much heartburn from cane sugar.
Yeah,
Like-
but being Mexican, you're going to get the measles.
Yeah, I already had my vaccination for that.
That's fair.
And I had chicken pox as a kid, so I just have to worry about shingles.
Also less fizz. You know, because I drink so much soda, I do drink the Walmart brand of Diet Pepsi, so whatever theirs is called, I don't know, Diet Cola. My only complaint with it is that fucking shit fizzes so bad, and it takes forever for the fizz to go down.
Yeah, that's the high fructose trying to form back into corn.
Not in the diet.
I don't know. It could be aspartame.
Maybe it is the aspartame, but they need to. They were out of that, so one time I bought some Diet Pepsi and I poured it in, and then the fizz went down immediately. I'm like, "What is this science?"
Well, Diet Pepsi is basically flat Coke, isn't it?
No, but I will say this about Diet Pepsi. If you drink a Diet Pepsi when it's gone flat, it tastes like dirt. It's got a very earthy flavor to it, which, by the way, when you idiots tell me, hey, try mushrooms, it tastes earthy, that means dirt. Stop it.
Well, yeah, what'd you think about it? It tastes like dirt. It tastes like Beto's magic dirt.
We have so many fucking euphemisms for nonsense. It's got a nice earthy flavor.
That's
Dirt.
like when somebody says musky, they mean
Yes.
smells like crotch.
Yeah, like,
Ah, she had a musky aroma. Tell her to wash that shit.
I think this is like the Colombian Coke. Stop it. I think this is a good place to wrap up. We're talking about musky. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you for the donations. You guys are so very kind. Jack, anything you want to show?
Nope, haven't finished anything. I got a patron video out, or a supporter video for the comic channel and patrons. That was about all I accomplished. I do have a bunch of stuff that's almost done, so I should have some stuff up tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for the tips. Thanks for hanging out with us in this awesome stream. And Monkey, as always, thanks for having me on.
Indeed. When I was a kid, one of my friend's moms gave us sugar-free, caffeine-free Coke. Was the fucking point of that. I've often wondered that about those, because I have tried that and it doesn't taste very good.
No.
So
gross.
I'm not sure why. It's kind of like people who put just a hint of coffee in their creamer and different flavors and stuff. Like, well, you clearly don't like coffee. Why are you insisting on drinking some of it? Like, you really don't like, if you're going caffeine free and sugar free, and like, do you just like bubbles because they make seltzer water?
Isn't that kind of just like joining a cult by mail order?
Kind of, yeah. Chaos One, thank you. Instead of opening silo, it's swallow. On that note, we're going to take off. Jack, a pleasure as always, my friend.
Always glad to be here.
Guys, take care of yourselves. Love you. See you on the next one. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.
I hope I insulted something you like. But if I didn't, come back tomorrow.